not much happens in the next few days, but unless you guys preemptively do something,
Preemptive
there
attack.
is
I need time to.
Yep.
I need time to prepare. So.
Yeah, everyone needs time to prepare. As you guys are doing this, Bethany and the Archmage have been talking. They're the ones that are going to be faring. Whoever it is that you, whatever allies you're about to get, including Mr. Guys, you can actually tell him to come into the call if you want.
If he wants to.
I just need to know the extent of what we have, so I can actually use the brain cells.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to use one of the unoccupied tents because the rats have gone to make like a medicine camp.
Sure. A few of the rat folk would help you with that. They did get triage tents ready, but they don't seem to be the ones that are like permanent post up. They're almost like pop-up tents, except in the medieval version where you only have to set up like a singular pole, and then like the cloth would go all around. It would provide immediate shelter. These things are actually magical items, uncommon, and you guys are provided with 5 of them. Should you have any injured to take into, or sandstorms should occur during the fight, you can set these up, huddle into the tent real quick, and avoid them. These are given to the rat folk that wish to explore the boundaries of the obelisk for any sort of problems, or for any rat folk that wish to explore the world, which none have the... Yeah, they don't really like going from this place. This place is like the safest for them, so not much of them are explorers.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, so 5 of the... So yeah, 5 pop-up tents. They're each 30 pounds though, so careful with that. Just the rods themselves are 30 pounds, so you can imagine how big they actually be, the tents. Can house one huge creature.
Oh, nice.
And then yeah, several other of the others. Howard is just with you guys for now. He's having his Dracolich patrol the skies for a bit, since it can't get tired. But yeah, he's just like assessing everyone, including the ones that like arrived with him, arrived before him. Just like nods, like wordlessly, just like looking at everyone. The helmet, the part of the helmet that just stares into your soul, is like just this glowing red eye. But the other half, where it's like completely broken off, where you can see part of his face, there's just like a very tired look about him. But as expected, because he's undead, he's probably just has that resting undead face. The rest of the people, Talon, alongside his bodyguards, these knights that are top griffins, are actually just surveying like the innermost perimeter of the place, around the lake, around the tree, looking for anything they could use. And Noyar is very, very, very far into the distance, surveying the perimeter of the obelisk.
First off, we need to detect for scouts. Drow scouts. That's what needs to be happening right now, so we need precautions for that. Because we know they can use pass without a trace, because they did that when we were sleeping.
Yeah.
And they can cast invisibility, so some type of anti-magic, and or some way of being able to conceal ourselves in a like a soul area, like the mansion Bethany has. Would be a fine place to do our strategies.
Bethany would actually also be here too. But Arthur is missing. For now.
Is the Oracle also gone?
They are doing it's the Padawan versus the Jedi Master.
Something like that, yeah. And the epic series of plays called The War of Stars. Yeah. That's an interesting point. Howard would look to Gerald, look to like the environment around. you wish to gather them to make sure they can only scout one piece of area.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit too late for any
It is.
such defenses, he says, like gesturing around. When they
There is really
mobilize,
nothing.
it's not too late for that.
Mm-hmm. So Talon has his knights. We have
And some more incoming knights.
more incoming knights on aerial attack griffins.
We have some mice, so the rat champion.
Yes, we have the rat champions, and we have Aki's crew on the ship.
We have Aki himself, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We
We
have
have-
Bethany, possibly Arthur. Not sure where.
Depends if he dies or not, he said.
Yeah.
We have Howard the Dracolich. We have all the people from the inn who wish to join us.
I think sure Jeffrey wants to join.
Mm-hmm.
Mage, Noya, all those guys.
Yes.
Drogo.
Is Clarence back yet, though?
And a mission.
That's a good question. Oh.
He
Oh,
does
yeah,
say a
the
few
fishing
days on
quest.
fire, so maybe he'll get back in time. Who
Yeah,
knows?
there's a few days,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not sure whether or not when these Drow
Well,
will
attack.
strike, but it's not within the next few days. It looks like they have some. Of course, with a force that big, you'd have to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
any
they
sort
seem
of,
real.
But yeah, Will is also there, and he's keen on helping, but he's just there just in case you guys have any more questions.
Alright. Which one?
Yeah.
Which channel was it that had all the shit Will said?
Sunshine and 2.
Got it.
Sunshine in 2, I believe.
Okay,
Sunshine
time
in
to
2 chop stuff.
read.
Time to read
this.
some
There are
more.
there's some very
in-
scary guys there. I can tell you that.
Mhm.
And
need
he
to
just says, just say a name. I can probably talk more about them.
Is it
Uh,
from where I am, by the way? The plains is it too long to go to the southeast side and warn everyone else?
ooh, where are you again? Actually, no,
Plains.
let me
Is it
exactly where in the plains you are, Totem. You would actually be over here. There are a few. There are a few.
maybe too far?
Yeah, there are a few stargazers amongst your tribe that are very good at navigating, and they have a map of the region as well. Talking amongst them, it would be a 3-day march, which you think would be hard on the children and the
Oof.
elderly, but once you do start along, you then begin to realize your tribe's used to this. Nomads, packing up, going to everywhere. Even to the point where both the children and the elderly look excited as they step up on the desert. Hear one of the old people go, finally a scene of change.
What about the crazy chick Gallons got along with the bats? What can they do? I know they're mostly used for defense, but
Okay, yeah. Will just says, her. Yeah, she's only of a captain rank, but I'm pretty sure she is one of the richest people in the kingdom because, well, she has a lot of stuff. She's when it comes to just merchants and the wares and stuff, she's in charge of like the whole magic emporium thing.
so they probably have magic items then.
Oh, in the sense, it's more
Artifacts.
more or less just. Are you familiar with alchemical fire?
Sad to say.
If we ever encounter the bats, there's gonna be some shock troopers on those bats that they're gonna be throwing
Okay.
hell load of alchemical fire on our forces.
We need someone to deal with those bats. Someone. We can leave that to Talon and or Howard's Dracolich.
Well, I can take care of the bats if you wish.
You can deal with stuff airborne?
Yeah, spirit guardians.
Yeah.
They have to be closer for that fire.
He's like, Will's like, oh, good luck with that. They
Mm-hmm.
not only would the shock troopers just be able to throw stuff against the people on the ground, they'd have their own blade bows too.
Yeah.
They're not trained in aerial combat, but they're all prepared for it, including the land forces.
How high do they usually fly up?
Giant bats. There's no
Yeah.
limit. It's not like
How
they're too
low-
uncomfortable in any sort of headspace, as far as I know.
But how low do they need to be for that fire?
How low? I don't think they need to be low to throw anything.
Alchemical fire is just fire in a bottle.
Indeed, and they have very, very potent ones.
Yes. So.
Not only do they burn the area just for a little bit upon impact, it does quite a bit more fire damage than you're used to your normal alchemical fire, and it has acidic properties that can dissolve non-magic armor.
It is the very scientific version of Molotov cocktails.
Indeed,
Mhm.
In that case, probably
acidic Molotov cocktails. That pretty much he just explained.
Acidic
like,
Molotov. That's worse.
in mechanical terms, the shock troopers are like a force to watch out for, but they're more debilitating than anything. They'll do damage over time with the giant bats and do run-bys and like reduce your AC for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
How's
if you had
Dark
limit-
Shields? What type of soldiers are they?
The Dark Shield Guardians are very, very, very well coordinated bunch of troops. Any crime happens in the kingdom, they respond in squads to deal with it, and usually deal with it swiftly. Every Drow is sort of strong in their own right, including the citizens. So the kingdom guards must be quite a bit stronger. I can probably take on one, but that's my limit. I don't think I can take on two. And you look at Will, he said he was on his way to becoming a Drow captain, and the fact that there's a whole bunch of these that are like almost at that level, it's scary. And he just says, they sport usually either tower shields or two-handed glaives that keep you at bay. They'll serve as the main
Creativity.
body of the army if it has to come to some sort of a brute force engagement. They'll be
And the
used.
Night Legion's unpredictable because they have a very wide mindset of how they attack.
Well, look at me. Now, imagine 80 of me, just a little bit more crazy, and some of them a little bit more smarter than me.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, hang on. I swiped something else that also, this is really, really interesting, but I doubt that it would help us unless one of you is really good at undercommon and really good at lying, and he produces like a ring from his pocket.
But no one, because he's not got lying.
Deception.
Oh, actually,
Well,
true.
yes.
Actually, your
Um,
deception is good.
She has proficiency in it.
And he says, well, this ring lets you assume any sort of disguise. And it lasts, and you can change the disguise at will, and it lasts for 24 hours. I was gonna actually use it to just show you what they look like, but, you know, if you have a better scouting option, that'd be great.
It would be better to know what they look like exactly so we can eyeball
Yeah.
Hey,
that'd be
what
good
to exactly
know what they
hunt
look
for
like.
if need be.
Well, all of them, I've seen all of them apart from the all-knowing mother, so what are you guys interested in?
Just start from the top and bottom of all the people you know about. We need to see all of them.
Probably the champion first.
Ah, Lady Lysander.
Slightly.
Okay, yeah. We'll just do this,
From
we'll just assume Totem has arrived, and, Totem, you can actually describe yourself. What do you arrive with?
this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
2 days later, you guys
um,
watch, over in the distance, crowd, and then
Just-
just like a
Or
dust
this is
kicks
just
up in the
like-
air.
Yeah, basically, just the horizon, the horizon kind of just cloudy and everything, dust going around. You see a wide margin, really good feet across, maybe 50 feet across, right to left. And then, of course, I'm gonna be in the very front. Right next to me is my father and the chieftain, and right next to my father is my mother. And everybody in the back, you just see a group. You just see basically a full, not really. I won't say I want to say like the full tribe when you first see it, but you see well over 100 Goliaths. You see well over 100 Goliaths, and
Oh.
when you get closer, um, they start. From Goliath you see orcs. Actually, you see orcs, and then from there you see humans accompanying those orcs. You see well over 200, maybe 250 over orcs. And from then on you see way more behind them, and they just rally up, they just rally in. You see them getting closer, and they just have this aura of energy, and they're ready to face anything in their path.
As Totham leads the charge, you guys watch as his father sports much many wrinkles, but pretty much looks like the Totham, but just quite a bit older. His mother not quite like that, still bold like a Goliath would be, but definitely a feminine figure. Both his mother and father wield great swords. No, just trudging alongside him. The chieftain, however, looks quite nasty. He wears what seems to be like a bear's coat, and draping over his head, hooded, and the only thing he has as undergarments is really just a cloth and this great-looking belt, almost that of Huggis's. For his weapon, you guys see just a couple of warhammers by his side, and what seems to be just a whole bunch of daggers as like shotgun bandoliers, like on an X thing, like sort of like Rambo style, wearing them. The rest of the Goliaths you see wield longbows, variety of weapons, great swords, great axes, mostly great axes. There's a huge theme of that here, it seems. A few warhammers and mauls here and there. You see just like as they just swarm the oasis, and the rat champion prepared to engage them, he quickly looks about and just like nods. Oh, this is probably the help, and is just there like assessing each and every one. The chief immediately makes his way towards the rat folk, seeing as he's the biggest figure there. Size each other up. They have their own conversation for now. And yeah, it seems. Let me see exactly. Gerald, you get a good look. If you ever needed like a vanguard or a main force of body, you have it.
Nice.
A contingent of Goliaths and almost a small army of orcs and humans.
That is something we were missing, actually.
Yeah, I was about to be worried. It's like we have like a lot of power. We don't
have a lot of mass.
Yeah, we're all gonna be focused on and gonna be destroyed. Now
you need mass, you get them.
How?
You need physical energy, you get them.
I was confused. Like, how did you get so many?
Yeah, and you hear over in the distance just a bunch of shouting and the chief rallying up the troops, and he just repeats the words he said to rally them from before 3 days ago in Totham, and he just says, "What's that, lads? Only Seth will still be kissing is my," and the army shouts, "Ass!" Woo!
Oh, I.
Is my people.
Hmm.
Father, my mother, my chieftain, and how many is everybody again? I ask the chieftain how many in total.
He's in the
Everybody
middle of a
is.
conversation, but like your father would pipe up just like as they'd be. Your mother has instantly began helping setting up like the tents and stuff for like the others that are tired from the journey. And your father just standing with you just says, "Good 120 of Goliaths." Smashes his chest. And a good many of the other tribes. We're meant to band together and destroy the force that was trying to force us off our lands. But apparently this is more of a threat to us. The chieftain and I were talking, and he says, not only is this a chance to set up and settle for a while, but it also makes us avoid the dangers of the plains. He's willing to take a gamble on the desert. I think him mad, but he convinced him. And he's just like, and like at that point, one of the other Goliaths that's just like around him, and he just says, "Doesn't take convincing the chief much. Just say there's a fight," and like, and Martin just interrupts and just says, "Yeah, I know.
So
Try to look cool in
120
front of my
Goliaths.
son, okay?"
120 Goliaths. Mixture of different bands. There's orcs and other people, Plains of Vine here.
Howard's just there going, "Good."
Well, let's
And then it just spooks everyone else. It's like he was just like a silhouette in the shadow. Then he steps out. Like immediately, the Goliaths are like, "Shit, Death Incarnate, one of the knights."
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, and
He's
like,
helping out.
He's with us. He's the Drow that has been helping us, giving
This is
information
Howard. This is Howard.
about who our enemy
Howard.
is.
It's,
This
they're
is
talking about
Howard.
Howard, not the Drow.
Yeah. But how
They saw
many
the
of
Drow
you-
from a while, and they like sort of guessed, "Oh, like prisoner, cool."
So there's the 120 Goliaths, the small army of orcs.
Orcs and humans.
Orcs and
300
humans.
300 orcs and humans and 200 others.
To be honest, Totem was also
The others-
surprised that there was actually
The
a lot
others are the
people in
citizens of the tribes, but they have all of them have some sort of fighting capability, even the elderly and the children. But you know, they're not. Unless you do want them to fight, they won't be fighting.
All right, I need to do some
Yeah.
math real quick. Hold up.
They can actually pretty help.
That's just a man.
They can help us. They can help us with the injuries and like healing tents.
Yeah, I want
I-
to say
I
there
did need
for
some helpers.
defenses and backlines. Being anybody that's
Just
injured, yeah.
knowing, no spellcasters from these guys, correct?
Absolutely
there's a
not,
few-
because we are already full.
There's a few
I don't think
what
so.
Totem calls them as the Stargazers. There are a few Goliath druids and Goliath clerics amongst the tribe.
Oh, nice.
Only a
cleric-
few though.
The clerics might help with the healing.
Indeed. They yeah, you get the sense most of them are like old women and like old men. Very very late in life, their magics come to them, and yeah, since they were gifted and such, they have the role of just like advisor, healing, and like looking after like the citizens' well-being. They're not much fighters themselves, but if need be, they can
They should be enough.
polymorph into like a giant ape and fuck you up.
Yeah, they should be
Wait,
enough.
9-8. That's a big CR.
They're all max level 7s ish, and there's only
Ah.
like 6-7 of them.
Oh wow.
And in these no.
5.
I was expecting
Yes.
like maybe 20 Goliaths.
Oh no, no.
There was
How
a
much?
problem though. The reason why this tribe swelled to the size is because they all banded against the threat. This was meant to be much bigger with another force of 1,400 lizardmen, but that tribe got wiped out by something.
Oh.
And it's
They
in a
have
war.
no idea.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
they
getting
just
now.
lost contact with the tribe, and when they investigated it, the spawning pools were shattered, the entire underground cavern was decimated and all the dwellings were empty. And no
Wow.
corpses.
Hmm.
There would have
Another
been much
problem,
more,
but
but
it's not the most pressing concern. But yeah, it is a problem that has arisen in the Plains of Iron. It's a good thing
Yeah,
you
it
did
would've
visit
been
that
more.
place. Yeah. Otherwise,
the
you
east
know,
side.
yeah.
So how much would a lot of light hurt the drow?
Question:
Do you
How many
ask, do you
drow
ask this
are
from
there?
Will?
Yeah.
Will just says, like, looking at the midday sun, I hate it right now.
Okay. So if it was the middle of the night and there was just suddenly a lot of light around you,
It's
Would
gonna annoy the hell out of me, and possibly them. Although I'm
Okay.
going to expect countermeasures from them as well. What's the strongest light you can sort of muster?
daylight. I also have something called a gem of brightness that musters a
if-
very strong light.
If what serves me correct, having talked a lot with one of the priestesses of ceremonies, they have means to cast certain darkness that will make that light not reach them.
Hmm.
But it's only used as from the surface invasion planning they had before, the few councils that I did attend. I worked on some of the construction for this before I was to be recognized by my talents and was on the path to becoming a captain. I worked on platforms in which the priestesses would be set on, and they would cast some sort of ritual.
Hmm.
They would then consume some sort of materialistic components for spell casting, and then that would enshroud the area with darkness.
I
You
believe I
need
have
some
a
sort of
formation.
very strong light in order to pierce that. And
Nothing.
although daylight does pierce our shock troops, emergency darkness sort of and he just like explains that the foremost troops and the guardians and like the shock troops all have like the ability themselves, each single soldier, to cast darkness at will, and but once a day.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he just says, I'm able to do that too. But we usually use it as a confusion tactic or as an escape because we cannot see through it. The darkness is
Hmm.
that much.
So, question.
Your daylight will cancel that. However, on those platforms that definitely will be carried by slaves, they will be shrouded in darkness unless, of course, he looks at your symbol. Your particular light is extreme.
Hmm.
I have a question about the 300 able troops. How many of them are ranged, or can use ranged weapons and/or have ranged capabilities?
Who do you ask this?
But the
chief would be
Goliath,
available.
the
Okay.
Goliath,
Lies.
the
But
Goliath,
everybody.
and the chieftains that are with everybody, basically.
Okay.
They
Margin.
should
Margin
have-
will. Yeah. It's like
Mhm.
he goes. What I know, all of us are taught to hunt. All of us can hunt. We prefer to be up close and personal, though. Taps his great sword. But yeah, slung on every Goliath's shoulder is either a short bow or long bow. So
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
for the orcs, it's a bit wish-washy. There's orcs, humans, and wood elves there on the tribes, and like the wood elves definitely have a long bow of their own.
Yeah, I
but,
suspected as much.
the humans and orcs, some of them do, some of them don't.
All right, because I think I have a way of separating them into a proper amount of troops to hopefully be able to be a decent vanguard. I hope so, but I don't know. I need to go over it with Dots.
Okay.
How many of them are
So-
magic casters?
Those would be just helping. They're actually mingling with the rat folk for now. The casters as well as like the citizens of the tribes. The few tents that are there swollen up to like just a huge amount of tents around the tree. Some of the wood elves from the tribe begin climbing and scaling the tree and begin to act as lookouts. Some of the humans do this too, and a few orcs. And then some of the Goliaths see that, and they start doing that too. There's like a lot of people on the tree now, like serving as lookouts.
They have good eyes.
So, Will, do most people have the same level of darkness you do?
Most, yeah. You only really need to worry about the platforms. Those will definitely have priestesses of Loth to them, or
Okay.
priestesses of ceremonies, but both capable of casting immensely powerful darkness.
Okay.
That being said, and you watch as he puts on the ring, and he just starts saying, I guess I'll just show you. If we're going on talking about darkness, I guess I'll start with Freya Dark Shield, and he turns into Freya Dark Shield, and you watch as she is just clad in just like these silk black robes. Her hair itself is like jet black, almost as if you stare into her hair too much, you might get sucked into it. But what's the darkest part about her are her eyes, just pure dark black, like as if nothing can escape them. Here's the portrait.
That makes sense for a name. Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Right. And yeah, she.
I want to ask Will.
Yeah, she just says in her
Oh
voice.
my god.
Yeah, she just says in her voice. I am capable of shrouding legions and scores of battalions. And then he says in his normal voice, yeah, sort of sounds like that. Careful of her. She can make it darkness at any time, and she can sort of summon the will of the moon. Although not quite the way you think. She sort of can just make it midnight for 12 hours. We have had her on assist her on a convoy. Wants to dare I say it, and he just looks amongst like the Goliath and the orcs and the humans to shroud the tribes in nighttime and ambush them and take some of them as slaves. He says, looking apologetically at Totem and Marduk.
Totem also interjects a little bit. Speaking of nighttime, I assume that they're actually gonna breach at nighttime. Yes, that's probably the best opportunity for them.
Well,
Most likely, but some of them are unpredictable, so just expect a fight at any time.
Well,
He's still like in her form, but like Bethany's listening to this intently, and she's like, "Bitch."
Well, judging by what
Sorry.
they're saying,
tricks.
they can attack at any time because of this person.
Because of yes.
Not just her.
If you want to limit the amount of times they attack, he just turns back to normal, and just like turns back into Freya real quick. Oh, I can do this. By the way, it lasts for 24 hours, so let me know if you want to look at all the other ones. But yeah, and yeah, he just takes it off, turns back to normal. Yeah. And he just says, yeah, if you want to limit their options for attacking at any time, she's your best. If you get rid of her, you'll limit them, I guess. But she's dangerous. Of all the house leaders, she's probably second to Geardon, my commander.
Would she be amongst the front lines, or will she hang back with the mother?
For her one, I have no idea. Capabilities of both. Destroying the front line or even working with masters of assassins to sabotage our backline.
Hmm.
Did someone,
Well,
was someone
well,
interested in looking at who that very rich Drow was?
That was me.
Yeah.
If you get rid of her, that'd be a very big blow to them. Especially because she just carries all her bag of holdings with her. He just like puts on a ring, and you watch as like he turns into a relatively probably like a very beautiful Drow. In like silk garments as well, but it evens out to more like casual cloth as just a dress until it cuts off to just like near her thighs, where it just the dress cuts off into like a mini skirt, and she's very skimpy. Very looks like she could sell a lot, definitely, in that sort of kingdom. She's just and he just he. However, the good thing about this illusion is just like he casts minor illusion, and he just mimics her throwing stuff from what seems to be like a pouch attached to her ankle, a pouch attached to one of her thighs, and a pouch attached to one of her shoulders, and a pouch attached to one of her neck, just at the side of her leg to the right. And he just says, "All right, so you see all of these? They're all bags of holding, miniature versions." But she pulls stuff out, and I've seen her put 20 spears into a guard once, and well, the other one she threw fire, acid, and curses, all in bottle form. Yeah, she's pretty, but I don't like her. She's more of like the more eccentric ones. Not too crazy though. She takes he takes the ring off.
Well, you call for the important people, but how many are there, like in numbers?
What was that? Sorry.
Intense
I'm
clicking.
asking, well, how many are there?
How many what?
How many frontline troops, like infantry, arranged?
I
Like,
have
how many
about
soldiers?
2 houses full, and one of them is full of creative ones. The other one is their most advanced frontline yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I guess I was only really explaining the elite troops, wasn't I?
Yeah.
The House Darkshield has a good 150 guards or so, and I believe 600 more just plain Drow soldiers from all of the houses.
Just
Can I be passively looking to make sure that we're not being overheard magically?
Magically.
Yeah.
Do you have a way to detect that?
Detect magic, anyone?
Yeah.
Magic, anyone?
That will not work with the amount of people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Howard will just blind you.
Oh yeah.
all the magic items be
The
everywhere.
chieftain would have quite a bit blindness on his crotch region due to the belt. And
No.
yep, and like
Sorry.
yeah, you do it real quick, and you're like, oh geez, this is too much. You just turn it off really quickly. And
No,
yeah,
I
your
was-
allies as well. Like your friends also are pretty like blinding, especially Welby. Like his entire body is blinding.
Hey. Speaking of which, has it been a week yet? Since it's been a few days.
I was specifically looking for someone like scrying on us and stuff.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
detect magic won't get them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure True Sight might.
Unless you tell everyone to take off their clothes.
Yeah, no, it's quite alright.
Turn to Will for a few, and I'm gonna.
So the
might-
thing is, I suggested we would be in the mansion. I would hope we would all be, so we wouldn't have to do that
Oh,
because
true.
it is the safe haven.
Actually, I was hoping to. How are we gonna feed all these people? I was gonna use my mansion for that. instead.
I have create food and water.
Yeah, you're not
Well,
gonna.
this many people.
I'm not going to be able to do it for this amount of people.
Yeah,
but-
sorry, girl, you're not gonna be able to
Assume-
cut it. No, I'll handle that.
Okay.
I assume everyone from the tribe has their own experience of cooking, especially my mother, right?
Cooking, but you get the sense there's probably not much to hunt around here. The
Yeah,
rats
Rats
don't
said
have like their own like. Should there be visitors, they have little bits of provisions and.
Wait,
crops, but
doesn't the tree give nutrition?
the tree does, but
The rat
You
This
know
is
what?
satisfying.
it's like it's not it's sustenance, but it's not it's still a die of hunger. You still have to eat a little bit, but only a little bit.
Okay.
And Bethany can provide all of that with her mansion.
Okay.
Dark Shield, 150. Yeah, he just says 150 Dark Shield guards. Make it 151. A friend of mine got promoted. So congratulations to him. If you do find him, please
So
please
from all of that,
spare him. He's a good guy.
So
He's most likely going to be killed in the front line. So I'm
okay,
friends with
so
that.
so we are safe at least.
So we know we have 750 troops for the Dark Shield, but how much for the other houses?
The other house, well, they have around. Galman has around 50 shock troopers with bats each of their own to ride on. They have their own contingent of troopers as well. Plain with a little bit of perhaps 90 or 100 plain soldiers. Yeah, they're a very small house. Hence, they only really have the house leader and no weapon master or no head wizard.
they don't happen to have any I don't know, any powers to lift that massive galleon out, right? From what we saw.
And he just turns into a few different people. I know of this Drow kid that could probably do it. Sort of her age. He says, pointing to Bethany, he just goes, the brother of Freya, Jemia Darkshield, and he turns into him. And he goes a little bit shorter, but yeah, it's just this. Yeah, definitely in his teenage years, sort of a Drow. You're not sure what teenage is in Drow years, but that seems to be the case. Almost Bethany height, and yeah, she's just like looking more cross. And it's just like, I don't like these Dark Shield people at all. She folds her arms, and then Will's just like, yeah. This
they're invading the surface. We can't really blame them.
He's alright. This one he like starts looking around Will, and then he spots something, and he just points to the galleon that's sailing to the furthest out, which is like Aki's sailing crew. He points to that, and he just says, with his mind, he can lift that.
Oh, I don't like that.
But that
What
being
shit.
said, he's definitely going to be in the back lines because he's the most useful for carrying anything that might be considered siege weaponry, or, well, yeah, he's going to be logistical support. If we were to do some sort of preemptive strike, him and Freya would definitely be on one of our targets. And yeah, Howard just says, no siege weapon can touch Vertugal. Says, pointing to like the Dracolich. And Will's like, I don't doubt it, but it's gonna be looking bad for the rest of us. Should they get it set up? Turns back to normal. It's at this point Talon joins in and he goes, well, this is I didn't expect these sort of troops, he says, looking at Totem and like the Goliaths.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really expect my chieftain to be that easily persuaded, but I mean, at least they're happy to help, yeah?
He looks familiar. He says, like, squinting at the chieftain. Anyway.
What do you mean?
Nothing. He shakes his head. I take it you're talking about the generals of your army, correct? And Will just says, and corrects him. He just says, yes, the house leaders of the Drow hierarchy. Going through one at a time. And he just like quickly tells Talon like what he's missed. Turning into Freya, turning into Leah, turning into Jemia, and then like turning into himself. Talon just nods, perturbed. Not a good match for any of those.
Mm.
And Howard just says, just tell me which one. I will kill.
Oh god.
Well, can you please show the ones that haven't seen him yet, the commander and the necromancer?
Oh, right. Turns into like the commander, and yeah, just pisses off you guys just for a little bit. As turns into Gearden's masked form, weapons in hand. This is the scimitars, but and the weird spiked chitinous like sort of like insect like armor he had, and the cloak that helped him go invisible. Sporting like long silver hair. He just says, but behind the mask, I actually don't know what he looks like.
Okay.
There's rumors going around that he's actually like a woman because the rest of the house leaders are all women. So, but you know, sounds like a guy, acts like a guy, probably a guy.
One thing, if you come across him, we need to get that cloak off him, you guys.
They all nod.
It's not
Howard folds his arm. He's like, "This one looks like a good match."
He can turn invisible, can he not? I'm asking.
That's what the cloak is.
That is if we find this person in the first place.
He just
before,
like
if he uses invisibility.
Yeah.
I get that, but he will appear at some point. We
He
just
just
gotta try
reiterates
and...
of all the house leaders to stray from the battlefield and perhaps ambush us at the worst times. He's your man to watch out for.
Gonna need some sort of true sight.
Most likely.
Alright, be right back.
That's
guys.
what I was looking at. Yeah,
So
I've been going through my spells. There's quite a few spells that I didn't know I had.
From that, these guys are absolutely
Question:
annoying.
would all the people from Sunshine Inn be here by now?
He said he'd be right back.
How long of a walk would it be?
Just
Unless we use
wondering.
teleportation.
Well,
Because
Glass is here, so I don't see why not. It's been a few days.
we need caltrops.
Planes
A lot of
to
them.
here. Just
Caltrops?
3 days. We need caltrops for that many troops? Damn, that's a lot of Lego. that's a lot of D4s.
I love the wars.
But
Okay.
A lot of D4s.
I'm back.
it's an
Hello?
idea me and guys have been planning for a while.
Wes is there.
In saying
you-
that,
Guys is here. Yeah, he got the Archmage brought him here. He's just-
Yeah, guys is here.
We need a
You
lot
guys
of
don't know
prep
he's here
work.
though. He's pretty stealthy.
Gotcha.
I do
That's fair,
have a
that's fair.
spell that will help us try and see him potentially. But I need the right person to give it to.
I know two spells: See Invisibility and True Seeing.
I have true seeing.
So who has the best perception? In
Me.
general.
Me.
Well,
Definitely.
there you go.
Well, we need
Oh, there
someone
you
to
go.
fight him.
Talon just
Yeah, that's the
but
thing.
it needs
Talon
to
just
be
says, "I-
somebody that can fight him.
I have some
Who's
trouble
the
with
second
seeing
best?
invisibility, but my perception is. I've tracked numerous times and I'm very good at that.
Well,
Someone who
damn it.
can-
It needs
Fight
to be
him.
somebody that is going to fight him if they fight him.
Howard seems a bit excited. Or was that Talon?
He seems to be
Howard just says, "I can see through tricks."
Howard actually,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I think
Howard
Howard would be able
probably
to.
would.
Howard would
Yeah.
inform you guys. He's got true sight himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so Howard's probably our
No.
best bet to
fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to fight him.
He,
Reason being, he's
Howard
also
actually
immune to
just like
poison.
cocks his head to one side. You do not wish for me to take to the skies.
We want
True.
that as well.
Vertugal
So,
does
other
not
than Howard,
fight well on the ground.
The real question is, does guys want to be in the sky with a Dracolich?
Well, actually, if we get Arthur to fight him, he is resistant against this poison, is he not? Because poison's gonna be a big thing in this.
it's a job.
I-
Oh, 3 days
I
later,
will
right?
be- Pardon?
Three days later, right? And then Totham arrives and Bethany does all the thing. And yeah.
Yes.
It's at this point, Arthur taps Kitty's shoulder. He's just like, "Whoa, he's here." And
Yeah.
Arthur looks fucked up. He is just bruised. His face is bruised. He is his one good eye is swollen, and his other eye has an eye patch over it.
Oh,
Do you need help, my friend?
But
do you have?
his he just put hands up. Yeah, this is why I sort of approached you. Could you patch me up?
Sure. You still have your eye though,
My,
or is it gone?
he takes the eye patch off. Yeah, it's taken out of the socket.
No.
He puts it back on.
Okay.
Bethany
Good
just
job.
smirks. I've seen worse.
You've seen
Coughs.
Yeah,
and
yeah, like,
regenerate.
yeah.
Hey, you should have seen the other time. Both his ankles were, and he's like, not now, Bethany.
Kitty, do you have the spell for this? If not, I can do it.
You give me a sec. Give me a
I go
sec.
to Will.
And he puts a hand up. Best not try and regenerate that eye. It's gonna come back, quite dead anyway. And the Oracle would stand behind him. This one has passed his trials, yes. And, yeah. You guys have seen Arthur before, like all like alert and stuff. Right now Arthur looks calm. He's without his armor, and he has the staff sort of hidden sword that the Oracle gave him.
We have a while before
Arthur's
they're
leveled
due
up.
to attack.
We have
He's
no
a level
I'm-
18 Kensei.
Yeah. I'm guessing I'll be
also
able to
got a
get
new weapon.
another. Yeah, I'm guessing I'll be able to get a long rest in between now
Yeah,
and the attack.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Depends on what you guys do in the preemptive.
Okay.
Okay, you just do
How
heal.
do we know?
His
when
bruises
they'll reach?
Okay, so I can
go
attack.
away, but not the blood
Right.
that's like really on him, and you just
Yeah, I
like
just
wipes
stay
it.
here.
Yeah. Yes, I'll clean myself up.
Mm.
What
Whatever
was, that? What
healing-
was this about me taking on? Who?
Oh,
Speaking of that, do we know when they'll attack?
we have no.
No, but
See the person in Will's disguise as right now? Is Will, by the way?
Oh, is that sorry? Yeah. Arthur just goes, yeah.
Well, he can turn invisible.
Ah,
And we're thinking, because you're a monk and all, and probably have resistance to his poisons.
I do.
I'm
but
planning on
also immune to poisons
I'm trying-
because of this, and he just says like, he has like a sort of like periapt around his wrist, like some sort of like necklace, and he just goes, it's proof against poison, so it won't affect me.
Oh, nice. Out
Um,
of character, aren't they immune to poison already at level 10?
He did, but he had that as a very early on item,
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
just part of his story. It's a non-attunement
Um,
thing, so he just has it forever. He just,
Actually, good point, yeah.
I fully intend on doing Heroes Feast at some point.
okay. Just let me know when Talon.
And who?
Talon is nice enough to have been briefed by the Archmage, Bethany and the Archmage to scrounge up a few more of Fairwind's treasures, courtesy of the Lord himself. He just says, courtesy of my brother. Make sure you thank him later or something. He hands you 3 chalices worth 1,000 gold pieces, gem encrusted.
Oh,
Question.
thank you. That's
How
going
you-
to help.
Oh, gosh, how are you supposed to time this, though? Okay,
What was
only
that?
lasts 20. How are you supposed to time the Heroes Feast? because we have no idea
Um,
when they're going to attack, and it takes a while to cast a spell.
Exactly the problem with this.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 10
It's a
minutes to start, but then it takes 1 hour to be effect, right?
Yeah, 1 hour to
Mhm.
eat all of it, and then 24 hours duration it lasts.
24
But
hours, and then it
you
will
don't
be
know
full
whether or
effect.
not the drow will attack in that 24 hours, or like after that, you're not sure.
Hmm.
And he just, Talon just says, your little magic lady over there, she can create a mansion. Just eat it there, so they at least have no knowledge of when you're going to do this.
Mhm.
Bethany just
Fair
nods. Yeah, Arthur just goes.
Looks
How
around.
long? Well, how long from the way you guys get up to be able to get to here? How long would we have from them first emerging to getting here?
The Inquisitors are here already, he says, squinting over the horizon. They're the fastest amongst everything, and he turns into one of them.
Show and tell
Just
is
so
a
we-
new level.
Show and tell by Will.
Show and tell by Will. Wow.
Oh.
All of them female, and he turns into all 6 of them, and they sport like this, this great like white metal crown, and that makes them look a bit like tieflings for a bit, with the 3 like ram horn styles curving to like the back. All of them like with some sort of either ponytail or bunned up like hair, and he turns into the one that hangs out with Gyrden the most, and he just says, "Alright, if you manage to take one down, make sure you give the armor to me. Only Drow can attune to the armor they have." And you watch as he does like a bit of minor illusion trickery, where eagle-like wings sprout from his back, and he just says, "They're the fastest. More than yes, I'll definitely bet my money on it.
The fastest, are they
I'll
hard
definitely bet
hitting?
my only platinum on it that they're faster than this thing." And he says, pointing to like the Dracolich that's currently patrolling.
That was my next question.
Apart from them, how long would it take for the others to arrive?
The house leaders will have no trouble reaching the surface, as would the Night Legion slavers. So they might have secured a foothold already, and you know the guy that he sent to that volunteered for scouting, he might be dead already.
And do we have a scout in the area where they would reach?
A key.
Aki.
Aki. He left not too long ago.
Shotgun, dude.
Mm-hmm. The leader of the pirate crew.
Well,
The guns.
He turns back to normal.
It'd be best to maybe, keep tabs on Aki with, I don't know, messaging him in a way, asking his situation so you can maybe prep Hero's Feast
I was
before
going to
everything
give him
happens.
I was going to give him a sending stone earlier, but he didn't want it.
Interesting.
Don't necessarily need a sending stone.
Yeah, Will
Yeah.
just looks to you, Kitty. It's like you look awfully familiar to a ceremony mistress. Do you have means to cast sending to him?
Yeah.
Might be good to
I
check
do.
up on him now.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same. I just word of what I want to say.
Get a response back with help.
That wouldn't be good.
No response. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Response except for one. Help, he says.
Have any arrived? What shit exactly do you guys want me to send him?
Any news about the Drow, and are you okay? Simple things, like just a checkup.
Little bit of status update, anything. Sit rep.
Are you at the opening and have any arrived? Have any Drow arrived? Are you okay? That's what I send.
Okay. You get a response saying, "I saw a few fly out. I'm taking a look at the oasis, but I'm hiding for now. I think if I shoot, I'm dead. That's all."
Okay. Okay, it would seem
So-
that the Inquisitors are here. They are Inquisitors, right? That's their name?
Flying bunch.
Will just says,
Yeah, the flying ones.
Yeah, Will
Yeah, it
says
would
an
seem that
undercommon.
they're here.
Oh shit. Yep. Those are them.
Yep,
Mm.
it would seem that they're on their way here now. Aki's fine. He's hiding. He's not attacking them. He seems to think if he does, he's gonna die.
I've witnessed your prowess, all of you, and it is safe to say they have the fighting capabilities of him. He points to Gerald, and the magical capabilities of him points to Alex.
Oh shit.
Each Inquisitor,
Oh fuck
but
me.
they are not as strong as the House leaders, but together they prove to be they're an unstoppable
bitch.
unit of a
Well-
troop.
Well, is it the
Yeah.
same sort of magic as Alex?
No, not that I've seen much of his magic anyway.
I'm more than
Although,
a necromancy
I
person.
believe I did witness your fight with the Kraken, and the magic that was similar is the one where you point a finger and the beam of death.
Disintegrate.
Yes.
The green beam of death. Oh yeah,
They're
baby.
fast.
Okay, okay.
Actually,
They're fast.
we
They have
have-
disintegrate. Great. Nice.
We have some precautions against that, pointing to Joe's lamp,
Should.
but not a lot.
Hmm.
It's a one-time
Well.
use thing, sadly enough. But
So,
it should prove useful.
from your best, Will, from your best memories and knowledge in a way, how would they actually attack in the most basic and common sense?
Nighttime, while we're all resting. Take out the key figures and wipe out the rest afterwards from afar.
Definitely have
In
to
the
use
surface
control.
invasion against dwarves, those are the fights I was used to and I was studying for, and we were all studying for actually. There will be battalion allocations. The Dark Shields will be at the front, whilst we just brute force our way into the Dwarven kingdoms. It is the dwarves that are tricky, but time and time again they have only outfoxed us. They proved no match for us in terms of military might. He says with like a bit of disdain and like slight jealousy.
From common sense, they would most likely head north for an easy conquer before everything else.
After what? After the Oasis?
Yes.
Howard scoffs. Good luck.
Yeah, taking Sunday is not gonna be easy with 3 of these guys.
Oh yeah, not easy because literally on the opposite side of everything else on the land, but it's still
Oh.
probably gonna be a primary target.
I
They
forgot.
have nothing to take there.
Can we get the Archmage who gets the white bodyguard that we got from there?
The bodyguard from Sundane,
Yeah.
the monk.
The who now?
Familiar. Should I be?
The
The
monk,
undead monk.
the
white-
Sundane.
Yeah.
Ah. Him, the white monk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very strong. He's like he's just an ambassador position that can defend himself if need be.
Fair. He actually would be technically a lot endurance really, because he's immune to poison, undead.
Yeah, he'd be great amongst like the crowds, just like taking down the drow here and there, but he'll probably like take down 3 before he gets swarmed.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that to your ambassador now, do you?
Nope.
Nope.
Also, Howard, if you or your dragon need any help, you get injured a lot, I can actually heal you guys.
Noted. What?
We need a lot of shields.
Can
Need a lot of
Bethany use
shields.
control winds?
Yeah, point of interest. Not many shields from either the Goliaths, orcs, or humans.
Body
Mhm.
wall. Actually, Goliath has this ability.
My
that-
voice. That's
Don't-
why my voice was defeated. We need a lot of shields.
We need a lot of shields.
I'm gonna ask Hudson, do Goliaths have like good resistance against poison at all?
From the experience, fine.
They have
Wait,
good
what?
constitution, but they're not resistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're resistant to cold damage
What's up, Bo? Up to you.
and high climates, but that's about it.
Yeah. I also know they have this ability that like reduces damage, but Alex doesn't know that.
Stone's
Yes.
endurance, I believe, right?
Will
Seen him
just
use
says,
it once.
so if the Inquisitors are watching us, the fret not, they don't have a way to listen in that I know of, he says, like, thinking now. Maybe there's some sort of magic that would let them... I don't know. It's best not to think about it.
Yeah.
I assume they will definitely use that massive harpoon, right?
Can't bring it up. So-
That was on a ship.
Yeah, you can't bring
Well,
it up.
that was on a ship, but with what he said with this Jemiah kid, or whatever. I mean, if it's possible, he might just use all his might to lift that massive thing up.
I'm pretty sure it took him ages just to set it in place on the ship mounted. I don't think
Will
he-
just nods. Yeah, what are they gonna shoot anyway? The tree? He says jokingly.
The Draco Lich.
Oh,
No idea anything that's massive as a target.
that's a good point.
Could
They'll have already relayed that information that a Dracolich is apparently defending the Oasis, and they'll be very confused. So they may make preparations for that exact movement.
Yeah.
But
Question.
that would mean that would take them quite a while, so I don't think they're going to invest in that. If they do,
Howard.
they're really taking their time.
Well, it could be a backup line because this fight
Howard.
will take several days, most likely.
Yeah, you're asking Howard what?
I ask if he can. If he's from Sundane, he would suggest. He would think that there's a bunch of undead there, right? Why not have a bunch of undead? Just try and pincer them. Try and get some of the, like something that, like a horde of some sort. He doesn't know what exactly they have, but try and
Can
pincer
I-
them.
You see him smile from beneath his helmet, just like the half the face, and grins, and he just says, I will use an analogy. We are the anvil. The hammer comes soon.
Uh
Oh. He already has his own plans.
huh.
Okay.
It's probably hatched and can't do anything because there's too many torches around. Give me a sec.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so we got that settled.
Talon's like,
Hmm.
I hate working with this guy.
Trust me, he's great in combat.
Oh, I know. I've worked with him before. Always talks like this.
Oh,
He
really?
ate some.
Howard just nods to Talon. It's for the free cities. Talon just nods back. For the free cities.
So
Good to know.
Talon has the Griffins. Is there
A
Few more
anything else
giant
to
eagles are on their way, but they're going to be teleported apparently.
Does he have any
Ascension-
mages of some sort coming? Illusion wizards, like of some sorts.
Good question. 4 of our high mages from Fairwinds College will be coming along.
Do we get
Each
any
of them-
response?
Oh,
Oh,
classes will be out for a bit because they're all professors.
Don't worry, class be in session soon enough.
Okay.
I hate to ask of you because I know of your little backstory. But have you asked the arena master for his champion?
Even if we did, even for the sake of defending our fair city, they won't budge until the arena itself would be attacked.
Fair enough.
Of time. Well.
Hmm.
About your common knowledge of how they would attack. That thing about attacking at night. How many
What's up, Bo?
would it be?
Up
Would it be
to?
an actual platoon, or would it be a scouting group?
I have no idea what the Night Legions will do, but our tactics have always been hit and run. So expect a lone Drow assassin, a group, or perhaps an entire platoon acting as some sort of diversion. Of course, I'm not the tactician here. I leave all that to Gearton.
Just don't pursue them because they're
Performance.
going to cause a trap. Simple enough.
Can
Pursue
I?
them only if you know you can kill them.
Bethany,
Hmm?
do you have a small silver mirror I can borrow until after the battle?
I have a small platinum one.
Needs to be silver.
I have a small gold one.
No, it needs to be silver.
I don't. Sorry. She shrugs.
Right.
What type of magic do you know, Bethany? If you would be so kindly to divulge this, if you could.
Oh, mostly to destroy my enemies. I can set traps,
Shit.
but
Yeah.
they give me a lot of gold dust for that.
Out of character, would you concede for me to be able to use a platinum mirror instead of a silver one?
For the purposes of what spell?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary
Sanctuary?
Onslaught?
No, Sanctuary.
Isn't Sanctuary the
The first level spell?
Yes, it's a first level spell.
You don't need a small silver mirror. You can just use your holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only
Okay.
only items.
If they have a gold cost, then
Yeah.
yeah, you need that. But your holy symbol
Oh,
can
okay.
replace
That works,
everything.
Oh, okay, cool. That works then.
Yeah.
Why am I still laughing at that from yesterday?
What?
Daddy Apollo.
Shut up! That is me.
The
Oh
Daddy
my
Apollo.
god.
Do we have any? Kitty, did you get any response from Golden Leaf?
Golden Leaf.
I believe she messaged guys.
She messaged
while he
guys,
was
not
at
Golden Leaf.
Golden Leaf.
And I don't think
So-
I got a. Did I get a reply from guys? I don't think I did.
Nope.
Nope.
No. So no.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if they come, that'll be a big help. But they also have their own problems.
Guys would be dead. I'm joking.
Grise is dead.
So,
Question,
so,
can you- The sending
sorry.
work if the tug is dead. That's not
Poor
helpful.
Aaron.
so
He really
was
wants to come,
itself.
doesn't he?
That
How many
is
rep people are
crazy
here?
weird.
How many rat people are here? And
That are armed.
yes,
21.
21. What are the weapons that they can use exactly?
Spears?
Can I ask for one of them to bring it to me?
They have the lightning rods, don't they?
Yeah, they have lightning rods. They're trained in spear fighting. They're not very impressive. They're pretty much like the similar training to town guards. They're just extremely accurate with their blasts of this sort of energy spear they carry around though. It's not really a spear because the tips are like blunt, but they glow like a bright blue energy. Goliaths are amazed, and like everyone's just watching, like them in
Do
action.
they have any more of these?
And like the Ratfolk champion speaks this time, and he's just like, "No, but do you want to see what they do?"
It would be very helpful. I need
You-
to know the tr-
He just points to like a random Goliath. He's like, "Oh, me? Stand over there. You will not be hurt." And then like one of the rat soldiers like shoots, and then the champion finishes much. And you watch as the Goliath goes, shock, and then he just falls down to the ground, and he's unconscious. And like immediately you panic and like bring him back up, and you like slap him awake, and he does like rouse up. And he says, "If they do not sleep, they are stunned, and if they are not stunned, It's good to know they are immune to such effects.
It is.
I would say it'd be nice to have those rat people in the formations I'm planning.
He's like puts up a hand and like just like saying stop right there, and he just says, "I will set forth my own forces to intercept those on the worms. We are able to stun those, or at least try."
Big is the oasis. Like, and
Yeah, exactly
Well,
why they
it's
can take on the
Okay.
sandworms is because they just shock them and make them unconscious to death.
oh god.
Okay,
Yeah. It's Stunlock.
That's exactly why they can take them on.
Bethany, I have another question.
Yep.
You wouldn't happen to have a ruby worth 1,000 gold pieces, would you? That I give you the money for?
I mean, if you're gonna pay for it, sure, but let me I got diamonds.
Mm,
Diamonds.
this one definitely needs to be a ruby.
Which one is this?
I have
So
a,
that it-
I'm
I
now
have
very
a
curious.
jade. I have an emerald.
But not a ruby.
Oh, fuck's sake. Do you want me to go buy one in Fairmont City real quick?
Oh, that would be great. And she
She
give
goes.
you 1,000 gold pieces.
She like
to do it.
shouts into like she's like sitting outside the like just in the steps of the mansion like door, and she just shouts inside, "Everyone, get out! I'm gonna teleport.
Ah!
Ooh.
You're gonna just have to eat tomorrow."
Or better yet, you could possibly teleport me.
I was
Oh,
kidding.
no.
She says, smirking.
Oh,
I actually can't do it today. I've teleported enough people here. She says, like
Okay.
pointing to like a bunch of like giant eagles and like the soldiers that did arrive.
Yeah.
Just as the days did pass.
What about the Archmage?
The Archmage is still ferrying people.
Oh,
He's always busy. It's sad.
it's very sad.
It is sad. Hey,
uh,
look, he's living an eventful life.
Yeah, those the
That's pretty-
bags under his
Maybe-
eyes are permanent for a reason. That's
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe I would. I just need a ruby before we
what are you
Before
gonna
this
what are you
thing
gonna cast with
starts.
it?
for forbiddance.
Oh,
For
and
what?
like something clicks in Will's head, and he just points to Kitty. That. There you have the capabilities of that too. They just cast it on the platforms.
Mm.
Oh no.
What does it do? I'm still not
it
accustomed to
stops-
the magic.
Okay,
this world.
forbidden. Basically, it stops us being able to teleport or appear within a certain region
Maybe we should do that
magically.
Maybe we should do that after.
Will just
we
says they're
unveil
most
anything.
likely going to just cast that at the stage of operations rather than during the front lines.
I was thinking to try and the reason I want to cast it is so that they can't do that to us.
And then Bethany just like puts a hand up. And that means we can't escape if you put it around here.
Yeah.
Sure about that. Really want to run away. Things go south.
Yeah, but do we really want them popping in on us?
Can they pop in on us? Well,
Will just says, turns into Freya, turns into Jemia, and turns into like a few others. Let me just show them now.
and
He
I
turns
was,
into you guys get pissed off right away as well. And he turns into the necromancer.
Ugh,
You
I'm
guys-
gonna kill him.
Yeah,
I want him dead.
Looks like
just
you
not.
get, Will is just like, okay, you know what he looks like, and I can actually sound like him, but I'd rather not do that. I don't want to get beat up.
You will
Yeah,
not-
please.
Just
don't.
holding the ball by
Okay, and
instinct,
then
and
I-
he's just like, oh, okay.
And I
He turns into this one, and he just says, it's quite a few of the house leaders have the capability actually.
I'm assuming them.
This one is
whatever it's called.
I am Nessel Galmun,
Oh god.
calling forth great old one's powers. I actually don't know what
So,
the deal
up
was
to
with
you.
fucking warlocks and shit, but he's
I
one of
already
those.
hate him.
What's a warlock?
They have borrowed powers, and essentially they're Yeah, he explains what a warlock is. Shit. You can look it up here on.
Yeah, I know. It's in character.
Yeah. Just saying character. Yeah.
Fucking spellcasters.
Don't know. We don't
What
know
is wrong
when
with
they'll breach.
spellcasters?
They're
They're
fucking
great
bitches
on-
to fight.
Okay, so they're great on your side, but it sucks if they're on their side.
I mean,
Yes.
But
there's,
Okay.
there's a
Think
few.
about it.
There's a few of the weapon masters that can impress you. I haven't really shown them yet, but you know.
So we don't know when they'll invade. We don't know how.
No,
we don't know
we don't.
when. And
I have
Our-
an inkling
our-
how, but that's it. Just an inkling. Sorry.
I mean, to
Can't
be honest,
trust
any theory of how they'll attack is fine. It's just the when that's the problem.
Yeah. Talon interrupts at this point, and he just says, "We don't know how. We at least have to have a plan of suitable and solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
A plan that we can stick to, contingencies we can follow." Bethany at this point just says, "Yeah, like teleporting could be one.
Where
What?
to where?
Away if you know, like the more he's turning into this sort of these bullshit characters, the more I want to sort of just run away from here."
Actually, Bethany, the forbidden spell, if I give everybody a password, we can
Oh.
escape.
Oh,
We
it's
should
like-
probably
it's
we should put this
like
in
the
the
tree
mention.
houses I built. Arthur's just like, yep. Shh.
Well,
And
you
then
said
Bethany's just
password.
like, and you gave me a password to. And it's like, shut up, Bethany. War Council. She's like, oh, right. Well, if that's the
Um,
case, if I have access to it, this is a great spell. That means they're able to do it too, though. Shit, we can't drop in on them.
Mhm.
It lasts for 1 day.
No. It only lasts for a day, but it'll help us. It'll
And
stop them.
yeah. Will at this point says, I believe once you do have this ruby, though, it is just a ritual.
It
Yes.
is.
They can do this
It
over
is.
and over again. They're definitely going to be taking their mistresses with them. By the way, if we do find one of them, any like actually don't have a I don't have a token for this, but yeah, he turns into a short like very short-haired drow lady, much older than them, but like not quite too old. And he just says, if you find her, could you please show her mercy, subdue her if you can. Talon nods, but Howard just says, no guarantees. Will just says, understandable.
If,
There is another.
She's a good soul.
There is another good thing about this particular spell, is if they bring undead with them,
have
they can
undead,
get.
Kitty.
Pardon?
We have undead. Howard's undead.
He was about to say, well, this should be
Yes,
a problem
but
for
I can
us.
give him the password and it will not affect him.
Does my
The password?
Dracula need to speak this password?
Yes.
Actually, question: Is your
Cannot
drag
land.
out of character? Is the dragon Kitty? You can choose the damage. So if the dragon is immune to the correct damage,
Yes, but are undead immune to necrotic damage?
no.
Vertugal can still rot.
Wait, undead are not immune to necrotic? Really?
Also not.
Yeah, no. It's poison. Most undead
Can I-
aren't actually immune to poison.
It's like necrotic versus undead. It's like you're making them rot even more.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
very effective instead.
Yeah.
You're correct. I can do necrotic damage.
Wait. Who's Faye?
As
Okay.
in what?
Yeah.
Hell?
Technically,
Or...
At this point, guys, you might be wanting to interrupt.
technically,
A drow Faye?
They are not.
well, in that sense,
not?
elves, Fae.
Elves are technically
Elves
Fae.
are Fae, ancestral wise. The sub races themselves. No, it's like having an ancestor that was once a Viking. You may be white and you may be Swedish, but you know you're not a Viking.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm part Swedish, so yep.
It's fair. Yeah.
I don't know if it's Scottish or Irish. I
It's a
really don't
great analogy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, these guys are like,
The first thing that came
Vikings.
to mind was Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind was Vikings.
I don't know why
Ah,
that came up into
no.
my head.
Wait,
I'm a weird
Howard.
guy.
Howard, as
Yep.
long as you keep your dragon 30 feet up, you're fine.
If you could, he keeps like the most neutral face, but like you swear, there's like a twitch of annoyance there when you mentioned that. Just nods.
Wait, Kitty.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. I said the spells used against these sort of spells. I didn't read about that.
He will rest outside of the confound, but he will not be protected if that is the case.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
That's-
I
that's real
believe he
annoying.
cannot rest atop. And the Oracle just interrupts. Do not put dragon thing onto tree, please.
Dawn's back.
Kitty, maybe we do a different type of creature.
Yeah, the only reason I was thinking undead was
necromancer.
because of. Yes.
So we target him first.
Mm-hmm.
And it will
Yeah.
just says he'll definitely be stuck in the back lines.
Yeah.
Nearest to either the house leaders or the mother herself.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Can you teleport people against their will?
Yes.
That I know of, it will just says, it's like, when you say yes, I guess you got it. Talon just says, yeah, so I do know some spells. Howard just says, just make them unconscious. They are willing then.
Yeah.
Plane shift is one such spell.
Oh wait,
I have it.
can we just plane shift?
I have it.
So do I.
I'm just saying, if,
You have it on your sword.
a very risky
Oh,
thing.
no,
God damn
not
it.
sword, your maul. Sorry, your
Oh.
maul.
Will
Yeah.
just puts up hand and says, warning. They're all Drow, so be careful. They're all charismatic and have high willpower in that sense.
I know, but on the odd chance,
Hmm.
You can definitely try it on some of the weapon masters,
yeah.
but they're definitely going to be protected, paired up by some sort of mage bodyguard or perhaps even a house leader of such a capability.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm guaranteeing you.
Just need
That-
to isolate them somehow.
I'm guaranteeing you that 5 gave the leader plane shift, so she can't get cheesed easily.
Most likely, because being a plane shift, I had an idea of like
Who's the
rallying
spy?
up or bait. And the idea was like to rally or bait all of the leaders and just plane shift all of them, including me.
You can't plane shift other people. That's only you for that weapon.
I have to touch them, don't I?
Although, interesting, even if we do manage to shift someone to a different plane, the all-knowing mother has those capabilities and more. On occasion, I believe against as a show of power, there was once a Fomorian horde that came upon our kingdom. A group of about 30 of these Fomorians. And he says, he describes the Fomorians. They're huge. Almost as big as the Dracolich, apparently. And, they're just like these rotting, like, chaotic evil, unstoppable in his sense, sort of giants that were going to bear down onto the thing. And yeah, he did witness the matron mother from far away. He just says she is able to pull forth blessings and favors from the spider goddess herself to bring forth her servants into the world if need be. He says, layman's terms, the matron mother has matron mother skills. She can cast gate.
Okay. Oh.
I hated every
Hey.
bit of that fucking part when it came to wargs. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
those
so
Balos fucked you up.
Oh,
from
yeah.
what? from what we know in a basic sense, I assume, they'll start off small, right? They're not gonna instantly go out galleon style, everything. They're gonna start off small,
If you
right?
think sending their best assassins against us is small, then yes, sure.
At least it's not, a big
In
harpoon.
war,
that can just-
you never hold
At
back.
least it's not some ancient spider giant thing, he says, as he
Let's hope
describes
not. Let's hope
like-
not.
what did come out of the gate that was once summoned was just this gigantic Drider creature. You're not sure if it was Lolth herself, but it seemed male from a distance.
And they'll most likely attack at night, so we'll have to find a way to maybe somehow incapacitate them, blind them in a good way, surprise them.
That's sort of why we have this council, right? Is there anyone with some amazing? Is there anyone that's an amazing assassin themselves?
Kind of look at guys. Just hi
Guys
guys.
isn't
He's
here.
there.
Oh.
Oh well, nobody.
I mean, he's here, but you don't see him.
We don't know. Yeah.
Well,
so, unless guys wants to show himself, so
didn't we?
I mean,
didn't we have
Guys
that-
did overhear the part of where they might just shield the place from Faye, and you get the sense there might be a really bad idea should this come across guys, since you did manage to get some help.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
just
we
not
did.
sure.
One of us, I don't know who it was, got the skate spell scroll, so we can summon our own thing if we had anything.
wouldn't even summon.
I do have a spell to summon someone.
I was gonna say, did you have a spell to summon gate? Like, I don't think you're that high level yet.
I have a spell called Planar Ally.
Our ally,
Planar ally.
Planar ally. Yeah.
That
Well,
one.
I mean-
I also have Summon Celestial.
It's really expensive though, planar ally.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know Ally can be incredibly
Summon
expensive.
Celestial is a little bit cheaper, but way weaker. I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, how's it expensive? The one I'm searching up now has no.
planar ally, you offer gold, and then they do stuff for you. And
Uh-huh.
the more gold you offer, the more of the stuff they're able to do.
Well, not
Might as well
necessarily
just-
a gold. Not necessarily gold. It can be if it's a fiend, then they'd probably ask for a sacrifice. If it's a
Valuable in a
If
way.
it's an angel, then perhaps like treasures, your magic items, that sort of thing.
yeah.
Because,
Or-
wait,
Makes it
They
easy to
also,
stall.
there's also one that could request you go on a quest.
Those are usually the
Can't do
deadliest.
that
ones.
because we have our own problems.
You have your own problems, and if you fail to do this quest in particular, it's like
Then everything
my
fails.
God.
That is an easy
Kitty loses all her powers,
the
that sort of
world
thing.
is dead.
Kitty becomes the warlock.
Lost.
who's an ally.
Yeah, Kitty
Yeah,
becomes
we
like a
lost.
classless, just a chick with 115
Um,
HP. Yeah.
The other what? No. the other thing is that if I can't speak the language that being is,
Language. She speaks every
Ah.
language.
no, I
Is it-
don't.
I know, but
I
you
do
Hey,
not.
goddammit.
The
I
thing
know.
is, I don't speak Celestial, and the only one that I'd know to employ for help for Planar Ally would probably be my deity.
Your god's gonna help.
Your
Wait,
god.
That-
don't you know primordial?
Yes, I do know primordial, but it has to be a primordial being to speak primordial, and the deity would send something else, not himself. He'd send a
Ah.
creature,
Okay.
and because he is a god, it'd probably be a celestial.
Could someone else talk to the being?
No, I think it's got to be me.
Just you? Bethany just asks.
I think so.
Don't even need a
maybe
translator,
another-
huh?
Hmm.
She just like clicks her tongue.
Linguist needs a translator.
It's like, yeah. Divinity isn't convenient at all.
How far is the? I was gonna ask how far is the point of the breach would be from the oasis, but it's literally right here, right? or is it somewhere else? Because I
Square-
really can't remember.
Square wise, would be here.
Ah. So
Yeah.
they would definitely go to Sundane, but attacking the Oasis will be the first attempt we would have.
And-
God,
There-
this is so hard
There
to
is
think.
a
'cause-
The thing is, there is a possibility for it to send an elemental, for my god to send an elemental as well. So
This is so hard to think because there's so many spellcasters and or different spells I have to account for to be able to properly make a
Mhm.
plan.
And I think that
If
happened
fighting
with
a
Cats of
kingdom,
Master.
he can
Mhm.
still retreat.
Still a tree, but the
I
campaign would be
wouldn't.
hella different. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't.
the
Yeah.
problem is,
Yeah.
the problem is,
that'd be
Kitty
great.
wouldn't. So there's, yeah,
Wise.
no point
The,
asking her
the
to
whole
do
Null
that.
campaign would be a totally different setting now if this
It
happened. and
wouldn't
we left it
actually.
alone.
It'll just there'd be a new hostile region.
We have enough of those already, I think,
Mm.
at the moment.
The Blight Plains, Wisp of Oblivion,
Burning
the
Sands was
Stomping
actually safe
Ground.
for a while due to you guys killing the Mummy Lord, being friends with Aki, and then being friends with the Oasis people. It was actually like a really nice place for you guys to just take a vacay if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
The vacay is interrupted by something, which is a classic
It
plot.
wasn't actually interrupted.
I mean-
you guys sort of just
Stumbled
ran into
Yeah.
the wrong people. Prompted it.
Is there any place? No, there wouldn't be any place because this is literally a giant desert. I was gonna ask, is there any place where we can, I don't know, not trap them per se, just beat them into a tiny corner, in a sense.
Mm,
But there isn't any. So
Well,
no.
the thing is, if we really wanted to, we'd have to force them to the edge of the sands to the oceans.
You need trenches digging. We got the manpower. Chieftain says, flexing, and he just says, "No, but
the
seriously,
manpower.
if you need us
That's
to
no bad
build
idea.
anything, we get everyone on board. Even you lot, don't play around too much." Says like pointing to like the Goliath children.
Oh, just
Build
the
everything
more
we
and
could
more
build.
Gerald just hears about this, he's just like, God.
I was like, and he just says, "Speaking of, yeah, we brought some trees along. Figured we could set up some palisades at least and make sure we know where they're coming if the fences get broken down."
Out of
Not a bad
character, you
idea.
know what this feels like? Actually, this feels like you're gonna go into like a mid-semester test without knowing what any of the lessons gonna be.
That's exactly how I feel right now.
Literally, we're guessing.
Will is your cheat sheet. And it's
Yeah,
not very
and
good.
even then, we're so confused as fuck.
Yeah.
Fi, how long has it been since I implored my
Maybe
god?
since it 3 days, but it's on cooldown because it technically worked.
Yep. I've got 4 more days. That's why I was asking.
Yep, 4 more days.
Oh, that means Welby's ability's back. Welby's ability's back.
But yeah, Howard, your divine intervention basically came into the effect of Talon bringing in a little bit more than usual. So would Howard.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh,
First
this is just
target would
hard
be
to
the
think.
Oasis, right? It has to be the Oasis. If it were to be Sundane, it would be a little bit, odd, but it would be a good idea as well. But it's gonna
If
be
it
the
was
Oasis.
Sundane, it would be more difficult because they have the armies of undead mass to be able to fight against
Exactly.
their hordes.
And the
But if they
Lich
do
himself.
go to Sundane, we can basically just corner them.
We will smash them like the ants they are.
But then if they do go to Sundane, we can basically just corner them and just
Yeah, if they head towards that way. Yeah. Howard just says there's, just in case they do go that way, there are 3 more like him. 3 more Death Knights on the Dracoliches.
And the Lich.
And the Protector of Sundayman himself,
So again-
the Lich.
that is if they go north. They go south, and we're gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. That's not even going to count if the ally that we asked for is gonna come soon enough.
The thing is,
Question. Oh, my bad. Vi,
Yep.
party 3. Chances of them coming?
You're not sure.
God,
They can accept or decline. You can
I'm-
PM
I'm-
them in ESL.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Archmage didn't know, if he even knows where they are.
You're just catching the Archmage as he's like ferrying people.
Yeah, this quickly.
He doesn't know who they are.
Really?
He doesn't know who
The
you're talking about.
planes would be odd per
So
se.
wait, they're not a part of a.
They're not part of the Dragon Slayers. You just met them in the Labyrinth. That's it.
Huh.
We're gonna make a push to the planes. They would have
this is
hold
really
of-
gonna hurt me, but I don't want to say it.
Well, you want to back out?
I have an out of character question.
Yeah.
What is the normal CR level of a zombie?
Half, I believe, or a quarter.
Okay.
One
What
of
about a skeleton? Probably won't
quarter,
be
I
need a skeleton.
believe.
Okay. Thank you.
Never met a skeleton, huh?
No. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't think that skeletons would be part of this group though. Undead would, but not skeletons. Possibly. Maybe. I think.
Hey,
Will,
don't forget.
Will is like, oh fuck yeah, that's. All right. And any gigantic rotting thing charging at our front line? That's Hedron's work. So careful of those.
Yeah.
Not
I
knowing
think
his
I can.
tactics. If developing some sort of vials before, they're gonna disease those things. So even if you do kill them, it's gonna spread amongst our troops.
Yeah.
Also,
Question,
no matter how nice you may look, if they send the slaves against you, kill them. They're gone. Talon just interjects and says, "Of course not. They're innocent beings. We should save as much as we can." And Will is like, "No. You don't understand. They're gone. Some of them mentally, some of the ones, the hardier ones, they're going to put parasites or diseases. They're going to just definitely going to send them for us to see how we act. Show those no mercy." Talon just frowns at this. Yes.
Oh, would it be? Are you saying it is more merciful to kill them than what it is to let them live?
Will, at this point, becomes hesitant. Everyone should be given chances. But in the war, and Talon just says, and in the war it is determined who we truly are by our actions. I will not be killing them, he says adamantly.
It's find a way to keep them away from us then.
Seems like a considerable chore. I didn't say I will not be preventing you lot killing them. There's no choice. You may be the ones to pull the triggers, not I.
If I have to, I will. I will try and cure them first.
He sighs.
Hmm.
Is there really no other choice there, Mr. Eustace? Will, just call me Will. If they're going to throw everything at us to take this place, retreat may be a good option. Talon nods. Howard just shakes his head. Fools. Cowards, the lot of you.
Take the Oasis. What they would basically make this place the main base, right?
You let
In
them
theory.
take this.
I
Use
don't
this
want
to
to
be-
let one.
This will be a fortress of Drow. And what is
So let them.
what is to stop the other kingdoms from joining them? We make our stand now.
Yeah. If they take this, they have a perfect position.
Talon
with them to
just
defend
says,
themselves.
"You're right. I hate it how you're always right.
Also, if we were to retreat, where would we go?
Back to the plains, maybe in the swamp.
We retreat. Then there is still a chance. But know that it will take the might of all the free cities to take on multiple kingdoms of Drow."
Retreat has to be our last option.
Howard nods at that. I agree.
About the slaves. Maybe you can send a message, maybe somehow, like, you know, maybe if they do send the slaves all together to fight us, maybe, I don't know, write a big message on somewhere in the sky, or maybe yell it at them if they understand to surrender and run to the right or some shit like that. Otherwise, we can kill them if they run to us.
Bethany at this point, like, pipes up at that, and she just says, "My God, he's a smart man. Why don't we just...
Well,
Well, forgive me, is there any problem with charming the... And, Will just says, "Not unless they're Drow slaves, then there should be no problem. And there's very few of those." And Bethany just nods. Perhaps a mass charm would work, to just simply divert them.
We could always make them run back.
That would defeat the
Something back
purpose, the
and-
charm would wear off. But if they run elsewhere...
You know, maybe if we got a secret guy, they could maybe send some kind of secret message into their camps, maybe. And maybe
Brilliant.
they will secretly know if they sent into battle, just run somewhere that we allocate. And they...
Are you volunteering for this?
I'm not secret.
Thought so. I don't think
Yeah.
any of us are, and then, like, at this point, Will puts his hand up. I can.
Oh,
They most likely have magical detection.
I know, but I am still a soldier of theirs. They, as far as I know, they have not yet found out I have defected. I could just be
Oh.
a soldier that has come from the sands, lost for a few days, then made his way back.
yeah, he could drop some gossip in there that maybe he read in the. Oh wait, do we have newspapers and shit in this area, or like?
Only in the cities on the surface. You probably don't think slaves get newspapers.
I mean like
You mean like just
I mean, like-
use, or what do you
like
mean?
maybe they saw like maybe someone like Justy dropped a hint that they saw in the
Like,
newspapers the surface newspapers that they saw some drow living it up, some slave drow now living it up because the surface land gives so much. Look and a picture of like with them with heaps of girls and gold. You know, maybe that will
Howard and
entice them.
Talon at the same time say propaganda, but like at different tones. Talon more amused, Howard more confirming. Look at each other again. Oh.
Those are like the weird brothers.
They're very contrasting. One
Oh.
is a shining icon of a defender of mankind. The other, an embodiment of death.
I just realized
Yeah.
that's
Like
kidding.
beside each other, it's just like yin and yang, and for them to be working together, it's just like a sight to behold.
That sounds a lot like me and Kitty. I'm the deaf. She's the light.
Yeah. Except both of you heal. That's great.
Yeah, I heal the
And
undead.
both of you
though.
destroy. That's even greater.
Disintegrate a lot.
Disintegrate
Question.
and fireball.
About the brothers, where are Arthur's brothers at?
And Bethany's just like, "Oh, we're still going on with that." No, wait, hang on. Artie! Stop sleeping! Artie! Oh, hey, you! And she just points to like 3 of the snowmen. And then she just Wake him up, wake him up.
Oh god.
The three snowmen are like looking at each other like, oh shit, it's our time. They bound on over. And she just says, oh no, he really hates them. His brothers love him though.
Why does he hate him so much?
Just some family shit. I don't really care. It's really insensitive family into these issues. And Bethany just explains, well, whilst all of his brothers are like skilled, they're not particularly that strong. They're more or less just like underneath your guys' levels. They could still help, but they're more or less like if it's not mass or if it's not extreme talent, it may not be very useful in terms of like war service. It can still prove useful somehow. But yeah, it's up to Arthur apparently.
For those spell users, do you have anything that can maybe, how do you say that? Well, yeah, basically manipulate the wind. Rise up the sand, make a typhoon, divert the arrow's trajectory.
Will just says, actually, I thought your people might be able to do that. Points to like the Goliath druids and stuff. Could they? And Mardoon at this point like just speaks up and says, that's no, but I think most of them can to a point create large amounts of blinding clouds from the sands, but only affecting small areas. By small, I mean enough for a like platoon, not say an army.
Well, if he focused the wizards on that one, they can't cast their spells.
Fighting dirty, are we? Throwing sand in their eyes.
Well, they're Drow. No
I
offense.
mean, they're the Drow. We can't really fight dirty in a sense with them, can we?
No offense.
Will takes offense to that. He's like, what? Oh, all right, but
You have to admit, use poison and assassination.
because they're effective means of killing someone. Why not?
Yeah. So is this.
So is this.
Fair point. Touche.
Besides, all's fair in war, I believe they say.
All's fair in love and war.
All's fair in love.
I don't see any love in this. And then Howard.
Especially cheating in
Howard
both
just
contexts.
says, I see much love. The love of fighting. Looks around at the Goliaths.
Like glass?
And like the chieftain like laughs at that, nods vigorously. Yeah. This depressing looking one gets it. Haha. Howard ignores that comment.
How strong is this chieftain out of character? Like
He's as strong as you guys, but he just like has slightly better things than you.
yeah, he's a chieftain. I'll understand that.
Yeah, you guys are on chieftain level, so yeah, you know.
Hey, chieftain level, let's go.
Yeah, you guys, each of you guys can take on a small army or small group of people, no problem.
But not a Drow army.
I mean, yeah, like this is just slightly higher quality. If I were to like list the armies of the region, good luck against the armies of some Yggdrasil and their druids. Basically, their town guards can wild shape. Good luck with that.
Yeah, a druid's a suicide. They're just stupid powerful.
Sundane. Okay, sure. Like their fodder is low quality, but their top brass is absolutely like amazing.
Destructive.
Yeah, it's yeah. Howard's an army. Without his dragon, Howard is an army.
Fish dragon, 2 armies.
Yep, pretty much. And then comes the dwarves. You haven't seen them much in action, but you get the sense, really hardy people plus explosives equals pretty fucking strong armies too. But yeah, Drow on their own turf would be tough, but it's not too tough. They just wouldn't have the sun beating down on them if that's the case. If they ever attack at the daytime.
With a monarch and all.
The monarch, yeah, probably the entire kingdom. They're gonna take precautions to make sure. And they're taking their turf with them, in a sense.
So even maybe tonight we still need some eyes open. We need some night owls to check the area.
That being the case, here comes the first reports. Talon just says, interrupting. Some guy in a giant full plate, sprinting from his giant eagle, just says, "Sir, the reports of those the drow you watched out for, shit. Oh man, Liam didn't stand a chance. He got turned to dust in midair, dude. He flew too far from the base," and he just says, pointing to where you see off into the distance, like what seems to be like a humanoid figure, and multiple bits of like just silver gleaming and silver and steel gleaming. And you guys go, "Shit, that's Noyar. He's in the middle of a fight," and like you guys watch as like just 2 green beams hit him.
Oh no.
But the swords like deflect both, and you watch as like he sort of like smooths on over, like surfs on the sword, and like just dances with them in the sky for now. Just 2 of these Inquisitors before they break off after 12 seconds. And Noyar is just like there in the distance, like it's hard to tell whether or not he's like just hurt, but like he seems to have fended off 2 of them. And like that guard is like, "Oh shit, good thing we have people like those."
Yeah, lucky.
Talon's like, "I'll say."
Well,
"Friend
yeah,
of yours?"
lucky, but
And he says, like, looking to your group.
Yeah, one of us.
"One of yous." Ah.
One of ours. It's from the end.
Ah, I see. He nods
even
understanding.
then,
Howard is like, "Another worthy opponent."
well, even then we're gonna fight a whole army.
Actually, now
Can't really.
Curious. Who would win, Howard? Just Howard, not his Dracolich, or Noya?
Pretty close.
It would be like they seem similar.
Like, Noyar's got a ridiculous moveset, but Howard's got, just being a Death Knight in general to his repertoire.
Oh, but his death effect is really OP. Noya's. Like,
Yeah, his own death effects. You just don't kill him. For, it's probably not gonna, what do you call it, appreciate him being like a suicide. Even though he's built like a suicide bomb.
He is a suicide bomb, but he does so much damage beforehand.
Yeah, beforehand, indeed.
He's a glass cannon that's also tanky, sort of.
Just 2 minutes later, as you guys are just like talking amongst yourselves and being given the final report that the Inquisitors are actually being held back from looking into the Oasis too far by apparently Aki that has retreated from the place. As you can hear like gunshots going off every now and then. And Noyar, if they ever stray too close, he intercepts them from the air.
I'm glad that he can fly.
Yeah.
Like, Alex did not know he could fly.
Yeah. Apparently just surfing on the swords is enough. Speaking of, Noyar joins the council finally, just this makeshift council in the middle of like the village. He's looking hurt, and part of his shoulder is missing. Just big chunk.
Wow.
He just says, he just nods to everyone. Good to see you guys.
Give me a minute, I'll fix up for you.
No need, I can just rest. Save it for if they make an assault on us.
Okay.
All his swords just sheath onto his back and onto his hips. Everyone's like just all the Goliaths are like, what? So impressed by just everyone else. Talon's just like, man, I really want to go ahead and show off, but not yet.
It's like, damn, why can't I show off my abilities yet?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Like, everyone else seems so much cooler than me right now.
Howard just holds his arms. Like, and yeah, Noyar just says,
Go ahead. Sorry.
they're not that tough up close, it seems. But, my god, they hurt. They're magics. Any of you fast enough and good at magic to keep up with these things?
I can't fly. Bethany might be able to. I'm not sure how fast she can fly.
Only
Yeah,
as fast
I
as
can't fly.
I can run, which is not very fast. Like,
I can run fast, can't fly.
Yeah, Noyar just like gets like one of his like minor healing potions, just douses it on the wound. He winces a bit, and it just just like cauterizes it just like instantly. And I just goes. So,
It's gonna.
what have we got so far? And Will just says, like, he just recaps them as well. You have yet to allocate. And then Noya just says, I see. I have a bit of advice. Perhaps it may be best to allocate ourselves as a defender and a caster, so to speak. At least in pairs, or at least in small groups. Maneuverability seems to be the biggest issue.
Yeah.
You need to be able to maneuver in sizable, strong, and good, relatively fast groups. And Howard just makes a comment and he just goes, "Finally, a tactician."
This is the guy.
Completely ignores Talon and he's just like, Talon's like, oh, okay.
To be fair, he's probably the best tactician we have. Like,
I won't argue with that. Please,
yeah.
take the stage, Mr. And he says, call me Noyar. And that's all the tidbits I have. I need more information. Just as they need more information on us. So they're not making any moves. However, and, he just like you watch as he just takes like a pendant and like crushes it, and he watches as blue dust begins to emanate from his hands, and he just sends it to the sky, and like just a cloud like appears, and he just says, "Huh. I swear they should have been listening in on us by now, but it seems they're not interested. For now."
Good to know.
As long as the dust is around, you will see anything invisible. So keep your eyes out. Lasts for a day. You watch as the dust cloud spreads and spreads and spreads to around what seems to be like a 300-foot sphere.
Jeez.
You wanna
Talon
give
just
a
says, "Oh, you came prepared, huh, for that?" And Howard's like, "Do not worry. I was already watching." And yeah.
Do you wanna give a secret signal so us, just in case, and then we can talk shit, like random bullshit, so they hear us talking
Let's be
about
friends forever.
The plan,
pretend
but
plans.
when the cloud is gone, we shall provide something, and in different groups too, just in case they're listening to different groups at a time. Good plan there. Anyway, Noyar takes the stage for a bit and he says, "What have we learned so far?"
We got a good estimate on their numbers.
Good estimate.
1,000 strong.
He takes like the estimates from Will, from Mardun, from Totem, from Talon, and from Howard. He goes, "Forces from Sunday, and how much?" Howard just says, folds his arms. "Few hundred of my white soldiers, my platoon, is headed."
Actually,
Not bad. Noyar just says, "Perhaps you can have them either flank when we make a decisive charge, or you can have them regroup to us. Either way, they might be intercepted by some outlying forces. In that case," and yeah, Howard interrupts, "in that case, I go and intercept those." Noted. Anyone else that could come with them and perhaps intercept some house leaders that may go and take care of Sundane's outlying forces? Or would you all rather prefer to be in the main body of the army, making
I'll be
sure
in the-
everything is fine?
I'll probably in the main body. I'm more healing based.
So am I.
I see.
Send me
And
anywhere.
I do have some
But yeah,
attacking capabilities.
but yet again, I can also heal you, Howard. Pretty sure I'm the only one here that can do that.
And you will
I
come with me.
Cannot.
He just says like outright.
Okay, I'll come with. I'll
I
give-
shall be with my people.
Neuer nods. And,
Which Totem is gonna
Yeah.
Totem is gonna turn to his dad and his chieftain. If we have any, can we have some of our best spotters up that tree already? If we haven't,
already way ahead of you. I made some. I barked some orders. Not sure if you're listening or taking a look at those hot drow babes, but yeah, they're already up in the tree. Martin just says, "Don't worry, Totem. We know how to handle our own." He's he's a little bit too excited. He's like, excited? Excited! Damn right, I'm fucking excited! Oh, the fight already!
Has anyone mentioned that he looks different, or are you accepting it at this point?
They've had a few days to talk.
Fair?
Yeah.
So they didn't
accepted
shoot
it.
him when he first showed up then?
And that's for Totem to tell you. That's the private story. He got with me on his own. He'll tell you all about it later.
it's a little bit of a story there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a story. Yeah.
Does Gaius recognize this dust stuff?
The dust stuff? I can
Yeah.
Arcana check.
Not too
26. There's
Cool.
two variants of it, actually. This one is the dust of appearance, and the one you're familiar with is the dust of disappearance.
Yep.
I believe they're Pathfinder items, aren't they?
They are. Well, at least they are in Pathfinder.
Yep, they are in Pathfinder. And this one, it's just modified to be more potent. The one Neuer has more more potent. Sorry.
I think
Right.
Gaius would be willing to speak up if we're no longer at risk of being invisibly watched.
Guys walks in, and now you guys can see that. And it's like, oh, sneaky.
Oh, where'd you get here?
Kenny would have noticed a while back, and
Been here for a while.
so would Talon and like Howard and the rest of the upper ups.
No, none
So-
of the Goliaths.
None of the Goliaths are like spooked. More and more people coming. What the fuck? Where's they coming
Hey guys.
He's a friend. Definitely a friend.
from? Howard just nods. So does Talon.
So I've a few ideas, but I don't know if I want to mention them, because once you say something, then everyone looks at you differently.
When I head into my mansion then and just shout it from there. It's a bit private.
It's tempting,
Yeah.
but the one that I'm worried about watching probably wouldn't matter if we're on this plane or another.
What are you talking about? Talon, like, his eyes flicker for a bit. No comment.
I think I heard someone mention throwing sand at them. Well, I like the idea, but you guys are thinking too small.
Sorry, I think you heard what?
I think I heard them talking about throwing sand at them. I like the idea, but you're thinking too small. And I'm going to ask Howard if Sundane trades in salt.
Salt. Salt mines. We have plenty.
How much could your Dracolich carry in a short amount of time?
Looks at him for a bit. Lasts for a minute. 2 minutes. Howard's voice goes goes to normal as the red glow and as the helmet stops.
Thinkies,
says-
thinkies.
He's like thinkies, and he just says like in his normal voice, I actually have no idea. Look at him, he's all bones. How much meat?
We have our resident fire starter here, and salt holds so much more heat than sand.
Ah. And like Margin's like scoffs and he just says, you want to blow salt into them?
Makes it hard to aim when your eyeballs are literally on fire.
But he's got a point, Dad.
Ha 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 ha! Ah, we need him for a stargazer, don't we?
And-
That was a good proposition.
Going to look towards Talon and just ask, your scout that came in, he was riding a griffin, was he not?
Giant eagle. My
Hmm.
these ones are look, you guys can go away now, and like both of them at the same time. They seem to be twins, but their faces are obscured by like the full armor they wear, and they just both salute and say, "We serve Talon and Talon Fairwind only."
Well,
Talon like sighs.
I'm going to tell you how to cheat, and he can decide to tell you or not.
They look to one another. Are you talking to the twins?
Ah, yeah, in their general direction. If I even notice them with my wonderful eyesight.
You do. You do. They're very loud. They're very shiny, and Talon looks
Wonderful eyesight.
absolutely confused. But the twins are like, they both say at the same time, "If it helps serve His Highness Talon Fairwind, then we shall."
What are your chances of making a low altitude strafe?
They look to one another. "We are very trained at that." Rather than shout.
Can your eagle accommodate two?
Yes. Yes. They both say separately.
If we get a higher level caster right along with you, running an anti-magic field to strafe their forces, any prepared magic items or hidden bags, well, let's say it buys us some time and causes a lot of problems for them.
They both look one another. You'd be talking to the Griffin Riders, actually. The scout wasn't with the eagle.
Okay.
And he just the Griffin Riders would say to you. One says, "But who will be?" And the other finishes, "Be protecting us."
So I asked what you thought your chances would be.
Both of them say at the same time. "We are hardy. We are meant to protect His Highness Talon Fairwind." They salute.
You'd have no access to spells nor magic armor. It's a gamble, and it's possibly a suicide mission.
"Your Highness," and Talon just puts a hand up. "I don't think we should be risking the lives of my very valuable bodyguards. They're highly trained in the arts of war. Perhaps even as much as who do I?" And he points to both Totem and Gerald. And he goes, "I'll make a persuasion check, guys."
Is he like really good at this?
He should be.
Not this
17?
time.
Oh, yeah, not this time.
Oh,
That's a
Yeah, and he
11.
just says, and yeah, Talon just shakes his head. "I'm afraid we can't risk such a gamble, with especially if we know the concentrations of their magic due to the platforms. That is where they'll have the most sort of defense in both physical and magical. So maybe if one platform were to detach, I will probably make the call." And yeah, the two twins look to Talon, then look to you guys, and they both say, "That is what His Highness Talon Fairwind commands." They salute. But yeah, there's no opposition on the salt idea though. But Howard is still thinkies.
I have an alternative thought. Should we recruit a planar ally to cast the spell? Should they die, they just simply return to their home plane.
Cast which spell?
The anti-magic, of course.
Talon just makes a whistle. Ooh, that's expensive.
It is, but
Rather expensive.
losing the entire oasis from not spending a few gold is also expensive.
Be that as it may, it's not like we brought such funds with us, sadly.
No, but we kind of have some leverage, and he points up towards the portal above us. Would be a shame if they lost access to the portal.
Good point, but what can help us from the plane of air? And it's at this point the oracle pipes up, and he just says, many, many things. Jinn, even genie can come through. Everyone just perks up at the words genie.
Gaius winks at Alex.
And then like
Not now.
Noyar's like the first to speak up, and he just says, that'd be fucking great if we could get a wish on our side.
Would be. I doubt they're gonna give wishes.
What if we pay enough? Sacrifice enough?
What will we sacrifice?
Everyone looks downcast at this point. No one's really speaking up.
Assume so.
Well, surely there's some casters amongst us that could perhaps bargain, and if not, they will not do so willingly. Well, then we do it by force.
We're gonna.
Don't look at me, you're leaving out of this one. Nope, not me.
I
says
mean, if we
Bethany.
are to bargain, definitely not Kitty.
Definitely not me either.
Definitely not Kitty if it's got to be a bargain.
I'm not bargaining at all. I enjoy life, thank you very much.
Who am I bargaining with? Arthur says. It's like, no, you dimwit, you can't cast spells. Hey,
Well,
Alright.
Arthur, you don't need to cast spells. You can stick your head in and shout.
what do you mean?
The Gaius is gonna mouth whisper to Bethany. He doesn't understand sarcasm, does he?
She shakes her head. Arthur is just like, right. Of course I don't understand sarcasm, but if this genie were to listen to us anyway, what would I even ask for? And then Noyar just says, I know I'm the first one that mentioned it, and I apologize for that, but I believe we're getting off track here. Arthur nods.
All we need is something to cast anti-magic, maybe 1,000 feet high, fall onto their platform, get dismissed.
We could just wish for anti-magic.
We could do, but wishes often backfire.
Not for spells.
Yeah, if you wish for
Anti-magic.
something like that, and that means your magic to be gone. Magic will be really gone.
Yeah, things could
Know what I
go funny. Whereas if they're just casting the spell, there's no leeway to go wrong.
So, any of us can cast anti-magic shell? He looks at Bethany. She's gonna look at Bethany's spell book.
And if this matron
Nope.
is gonna gate in something,
Nope, I need
Maybe-
to destroy him.
maybe you guys could do something similar.
I mean, me? Gate someone in? Something in? I
Didn't
don't
we
make
have-
much friends, sorry.
Do we have a spell scroll?
We do. That's from one seeing if there's anyone that knows anyone that's worth gating in.
Do you know anyone? Like your, I don't know, Patreon? Like our character?
The problem is with you
What's
going
that?
up to
Talon
Patreon
winces
level.
at that, like when you mention, do you anyone to you know anyone to gate, guys? Talon just winces.
I have a few, but most of them don't give gifts freely.
Is something wrong, Talon?
Yeah, just I was about to sneeze. All this mention of salt.
We should mix some pepper in too. It's hard to cast spells and sneeze at the same time.
Stop talking. He actually was going to sneeze. Or he's really good at sneezing. Fake. I don't know. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah. No,
We only have, yeah.
Okay.
We don't really have any friends to gate in, so.
So you mentioned all those casters. Is there any notable warriors we should know? And Will is just like, oh, my turn on the stage now again, huh?
Yep.
Okay. You want me to go from down up? Or what's happening? I don't know,
down up
like the
seems
strongest
best.
or the way? Do we just do like the leaders first or something? The weapon
The-
masters.
The weakest.
I guess I could start. All right. Thinks long and hard. Well, first of all of those that are riding the purple worms are at least of a captain. The purple worms sometimes may have the house leaders riding them, so if something pops up, best run for a bit and observe, and then engage. And Howard just like interrupts, or kill them on the spot, if you are. Will just says, "Oh, that Mr. Scary Night guy." Yeah. Well, and he turns into relatively old-looking Drow, and like just clad in like the dark leathers. You saw the general was in when you first met him, decorated as well, and with like a great longbow, a weird-looking longbow. You know how a composite bow usually has like the two ends and then like the string? This one has like four, much shaped like an X, and he makes like the gesture like using minor illusion to make like the X bow and like draws it with like two strings. Wields a pretty unique bow. He's known to shoot things almost as big as that thing. He points to the Dracolich down from the sky. He's able to wing these creatures if they're any larger and make them fall down at least and stop them from flying. And Howard just says, "Where to go is harder than that." It's like Will just says, "We'll see." He is Drakil Forest, the weapon master for House Forest. And, well, it doesn't make sense for their name. It's meant to be furthest, I believe. He's speaking in Elven, by the way, but I'm speaking in like the grammatical sense. Yeah, it's meant to be furthest, but their name is Forest, so it's just irking me. Anywho, he turns back to normal, and then turns straight away into another beautiful Drow lady. Shorter hair this time. Even than that of like the priestess. He said not to kill before, and piercings as well, like on her lip, and like just looks more like a gangster than anything. And then he just says, "This one is Bree Forest, the current heir to House Forest, the leader. Sorry, not heir. Taking it over from her dad because she is slightly more talented, and it's hard to tell how far this one can shoot, but let's say the Underdark isn't a really good sample size when it comes down to it. If there's any of you that are taking to the skies, no matter how small you are, she'll find a way to shoot you down, so careful of that." Bethany looks a bit perturbed, and she's like, "Yeah, see, I sort of need to be up in the sky to choose points when I bring down just the army killers." She says, like, flexing a bit herself.
Can he take a hit?
She, I don't know. Can I take a hit from her? Will just gulps. I haven't seen her miss a head yet.
Oh my god.
How many hits does it usually take to kill someone when she shoots?
Like I said, I haven't seen her miss a head yet. He says confirming.
So if she hits you, you go on.
I mean, so
actually-
should we take the risk of going to the skies or not?
Well, actually, I got a way for Bethany to cast a spell and not be instantly killed.
You do?
Yeah, a little spell called Death Ward.
I have that too.
Oh, okay. Cool, but that would still really fucking hurt.
It would, but you're not dead.
That's true. Okay. It's like
If
she's
you-
like stealing herself for this exact like situation, as if it was
And-
going to happen. But yeah, Will just like gives like a reassurance saying, I mean, she might not spot someone as small as you. No one laughs at that.
That's not helpful, Will.
Sorry. No, but really though, that'll have the attention of most about anything on the battlefield. He points again to the Dracolich. Seems to be like
Fair
a key
enough.
factor.
And the giant eagles and the giant
Indeed.
dragons.
Indeed.
We do have somewhat of a flying.
Yeah, some of like
force.
Talon's soldiers are like, oh fuck.
But Bethany might be targeted because one of the commanders escaped, so they know her abilities.
Well, they know of some of her abilities, but I don't think they know all of them.
They know that she can rain. Oh, technically, they don't know that she can rain down moons from the sky because it got the counter spelled. Let's keep an eye
My
out for counter spell.
commander had an inkling she's capable of something,
Boat, up to.
like our matron did. So,
Have any written records of what may lie under that Kraken's corpse, right? The stuff that they might get.
A lot of treasure and magical
We
items.
don't know.
If you didn't have a clue, we don't have a clue. We
Well,
were
Totem-
mainly getting our information from you guys fighting it.
Oh, Totem,
Apologies for
assuming
that too.
the amount of stuff we got, and it dragged most of its stuff underwater, you can imagine they got some pretty good stuff.
Can
Yeah,
guys?
the people I might be showing you now might not even look the same. They might be adorned with these treasures from the Kraken.
Would
And
guys
it's that
Right,
everyone's quiet as well. Like how Howard is like contemplating. Talon for the first time looks a bit worried, and Neuer just frowns.
Would my owl be smart enough to have picked out anything
Not quite,
outstanding?
but fine, it's familiar. Nope, sad.
Familiars
Just,
aren't too smart.
And then, and then he just says, I guess, last but not least, she hasn't lost to any of the house leaders. So I don't know her capabilities. I just know that her force of will is the strongest amongst all of them. And he turns into what seems to be this, like, onyx-skinned drow. Almost, not quite as dark as Freya Darkshield's eyes, but she looks a bit like this.
Jeez. Oh, she has red eyes. She's even more scary.
The eyes are like dark and red, very very different from all the drows. And then he just says, "I don't know what she sounds like. I've only ever seen her in this form." And then he just like she's like the form she's in right now. It looks to be like some sort of like dancer's outfit, like an exotic like Indian belly dancer, like the veil like covering some of the face and stuff, only half the face, and like the rest of it just like silk, very baggy, very like elaborate, beautiful like sort of garments for a lady of her figure, definitely.
Judging by what she looks like, I think we can identify her. You know,
She's a what, sorry?
assuming from what she looks like, for a very dark skin, we can put identifier.
Yeah. Yeah.
To spot her.
Will nods definitely as he takes the ring off. He's like, I'm uncomfortable even talking about her because, you know, all the people I showed you are immensely powerful. She much more so. And it's at this point, Howard is like, his eyes like glow red at that, and then he just like takes off his helmet, looks at like the broken pieces. I fought her. Puts it back on. I lost. Talon just goes, really? Shit.
Oh,
No, wait. Talon's like, wait, hang on. No one loses against you. I've not seen you lose since ever.
No, we've heard stories that he's never lost a match. Oh boy.
It was a recent raid. Could have connected the dots. They managed a successful attempt at breaching the Shadow Guard's castle when I was away. The only reason I was away was because of this woman. He says, like, venom in the voice, like absolutely hating her. I will relish a rematch. I will be ready. There's like the necrotic energy is like gathering around him. His clutches
Whoa.
like seems angry. Like she's definitely slighted him before. Like Will's like, oh, okay, that's not me, okay, all right. Yeah,
Oh,
Will
boy.
was just like, oh, Miss Lysander. Yeah, she's a worldly person. She gets around, and not in that sort of kind. She's been to a lot of places in this world, and has apparently had her own sort of dealings with everything. So, of all the people to watch out for, not even the matron herself, Miss Lysander is extremely strong adventurer. Dare I say it?
The one that beat Howard. What was the name?
Lara Lysander.
Do you think we could beat this Lysander?
She's
we all
the second
piled her on at
person
once?
of the matriarch.
Will points to Talon, Noyar, Arthur, and Howard. And take all four of them.
Yeah. Is that including a Dracolich?
No, that'd be in the way. They all nod at that.
Gaius is gonna reach into his bag, pull out a very nicely done scroll and say, well, I think I've found a use for this then.
Okay.
A
Wait,
lot of them
what?
chuckle at that. You can certainly try. Howard
Let's
So
roll the
wh-
Gaius, friends.
Howard sort of winces. I'm sure you do not have a better use for such a thing.
Well, the friends that I could call, let's just say, I don't know if that would be winning or not.
If she has the capabilities of just simply coming back,
As unpleasant as it is, and please don't judge me on this, can any of you force her into a zombie should she die?
Well, I know a key actually has a death wand.
you get the sense he shouts out from where he's going, not for sale. Give me money first. Nah, he's not there. He's not there. Yeah. And then just look to one another. Look to Bethany. It was like, what do you expect me to do? Jeez, you just said took 4, and then like Arthur just says, I think they mean, do you have any way to make sure she does not come back?
Gaius
Yeah,
does not want to openly say capture her soul, but he's implying it.
Bethany's like, I can disintegrate her.
True.
That won't work if they have high level resurrection.
You mean like Wish and True Resurrection that takes ages to cast?
It doesn't matter. They'll have to try and gather her dust. While they try to do that, you guys can beat them up, right?
Or just speak your name.
True Resurrection, my friend, takes about an hour to cast.
Indeed, but I mean, if this is an army killer, it's an hour well spent.
If we kill her, chances are we'll assault the rest of them before they have a chance to do so.
If you kill her, consider this war won.
Don't forget the Monarch.
Will sort of like looks between you and Howard. Actually, he says, actually, I agree. This is she's more of a threat than the Monarch herself. It's just that the Monarch is just a very accomplished spellcaster in her own rights. But
Yeah.
the house leaders would be as strong, if not a little bit stronger, if they're just more unique. And
Hmm.
just one, just getting rid of one right away would be great. But they're none of them are really just adept at. Doesn't look like it. Says like confirming to himself. No assassins in this epic lineup of a strike force.
No, guys, it's not an assassin, unfortunately.
Well,
There's
is
no
it
one else,
idiotic to ask? Nah, no, never mind. Oof, nah, bad idea.
No,
So-
no idea's bad, friend, unless it's just surrender to them.
Asking
That's
for a
bad.
duel for each of the leaders and champions.
We
Okay,
can't take
maybe
them
there
on.
is a bad idea.
That is a bad
Why?
idea.
Say.
Unless, because it does, as Will said, it'll take 4 of our strongest to take on their strongest.
But I mean, that being the case, I think even just one of you can take on one of the house leaders quite easily, he says, pointing to the same floor. And Arthur's like, no, that's good to know. I was planning on killing that what's its face? One that could shoot people down. Howard just
maybe-
says, I'm interested in bringing the day to them.
I can handle the main troops on the ground. That's pretty much my specialty.
Bethany just says, I really hate those Dark Shield people.
Yeah.
Too much like me. Just kill them.
Just try not to hit me, if that would be okay.
No guarantees.
I don't like that, but okay.
She shrugs.
So, can I cross the gate scroll off my items?
If you want to use it that way, don't just cross it off now. Cross it when you use it.
You
Oh,
failed to use it.
My guy has got about a 40% chance of rolling high enough to trigger it, so he's offering it to Bethany. He's aware
you
that it's
want me
beyond
to
his.
be within
beyond his,
striking distance of this thing.
That's not a good idea, my friend.
I agree.
I don't think
Arthur,
Bethany
can
would
you-
even
it's like-
help us.
No, can't. It's like, all right. What about you, Mister? And like, Howard shakes his head. The same chance as he does. Points to guys. Talon says, I have a little bit more experience in magic, but sadly, my highest potential doesn't even reach what Howard and excuse me, what's your name here? What he can do. Points to guys.
I'm me.
Hello, me. He says, like confused. He's like too into this, and he just says like hello, me, without even meaning to. And then he figured it out like halfway. He's like, oh. Right.
If
Yeah.
we are going to be separated, I got some sending stones here. We should probably use that to communicate.
Oh, I have that covered. Talon interrupts.
Oh, I know what's coming.
Our high wind mages will be. I'll base them on the tree, and we will use that as our controls and communications. They will be constantly sending messages to you. You'll be responding to them, and in turn, we will be directing those messages to those intended. We will be using these, and he presents like a chest, and there's just a shitload of rings, and he just says, "You do not need to attune to these. Just put them on, and you'll be able to communicate to the mages."
Not quite what I was expecting.
Fair enough. As I'm moving on.
What were you expecting? Nah, he just made a control tower out of magic people.
Telepathic bond.
Telepathic bond, too high level.
Essentially the same sort of thing, just without the rings.
Yeah, without the rings. Yeah, they made a more permanent solution, and like a less spell slotty solution.
Yeah,
I'm assuming this is a
appreciate
custom
that.
magic item.
What was that? Sorry.
This is custom, correct?
This what? I can hear.
The ring itself is custom.
He just shows you, and the ring. It takes an action, but you can just speak into the ring as if it was. It's not sending; it's just message, but it works in any distance apparently.
Oh, but so just sending, but with message.
Yep. Yeah, keep in
And-
mind, since that'll be actually very useful in the middle of a fight. It does cost an action though.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle of a fight, like as you're like plowing through the Drow forces, like some of you might be recalled back, or some of you might have like messages saying "Allies incoming, hold on," stuff like that. But yeah,
Can the mages teleport?
sadly, two of the professors don't have that capability, but the other two do.
Are any of them illusion specialists?
One is yes.
Does he have large-scale illusions like capable of screening an entire battlefield? Essentially, I'm asking illusionary terrain.
Yeah, he's actually going to explain that Talon was actually going to. He was like a step ahead of you on that one. He says, actually, I was going to have that professor ordered to make this terrain a little bit more favorable for us in the terms of an illusion. We
I
won't
was
be affected.
thinking the next step further and have them create a dome, so when those bats drop, all their fire just slips off to the side.
It's a good idea, but I believe, even though as an illusion specialist, even though he can make the terrain real, I believe just a simple dispelling of the magics can just take away the terrain.
It would have to be done on the spot as they were about to fall.
Or they could just fly a mage close to the terrain and have him dispel it there.
Indeed,
see
that's
the
why
merits.
you wouldn't be able, you have to have it up beforehand. You'd have to wait till it's falling, and then it'd be on the spot,
Oh.
sort of thing.
Ah, I see, as a reactionary.
Correct.
It'll have to be down to his timing then. Pray that he's not as old as he looks, he says, winking.
I'd rather have him older, more experienced.
Well, that's rude to Bethany.
Shaking her head. Don't worry, I'm better than all of them. Combined, she says, like adding on.
Well, they all have their unique talents.
So what you're saying is we can leave the solid illusions up to you, Bethany?
Make a persuasion check.
24.
24. She's like, yeah, of course.
Are you sure you can handle it?
Well, it would be better if my talents were used elsewhere.
Possibly, yes. I'll give you that.
Of course. Arthur's like looking. Oh, fuck's sake. Don't antagonize her. She's like, what? Arthur's like, what? Anywho. Will's like, I don't really miss anyone, did I? We all took a look at, do you want to take a look at anyone else again? Just look at them.
Guys probably doesn't recognize any of them, so
I mean, you don't recognize any of them, but you would have been recapped and you would have been like, shown again. So if you live, just let me know if you want to take a look at them. I'll just cycle through I'll just put all the tokens actually.
Yeah. Will, all Drow carrying a blade bow.
All of them do carry their own blade bow. Yes.
Okay. So my anti-life shield is not gonna work.
I mean, I guess none of them are melee specialists apart from my commander. He's the only one. Let's see. House Knight Legion.
Oh, Gwaz, didn't you have some sort of defense against ranged?
Whereas
During that Sundane mission.
That's their soldiers.
it's rather rudimentary, but we could set up domes.
What sort of spell is disintegrate? Is it a necromancy spell?
No, it's a
Evocation.
You
I
want me
believe so. Let me check.
Dun, dun.
Game says it all, boy.
So,
Disintegrate is transmutation.
Because you're turning them to dust.
Fair.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To dust, yeah. Of course.
That's kind of funny. If you don't have the arcane focus, you need a pinch of dust to turn them into dust.
We could look at setting up huts on a continuous basis. It does mean that the caster is excluded from the battle, though.
I'd rather,
Well,
in all seriousness, I'd rather not have that. I'd rather have our casters be on emergency counterspelling duty. Talon says.
Not
Speaking
all
of-
of the casters have counterspell. I don't.
I talked about the.
I will
riot
at least
spells.
post one of the professors to, and then Bethany just says, "Don't worry, I'll be looking after these guys. I don't really have an allocation, so to speak, so I might as well be with the deciding factor of this fight. I'll be with the main strike force." It's like everyone just like quiet. And then, yeah, Howard just says, "The little girl offers herself. The first one to step up to be the main strike force."
I'll be of Howard. Because I'm the one that can heal him in case he gets hurt.
He nods. "Then I'll take a more supportive role. But destruction will be left in my wake. Pray that you do not get hit by it," he says towards Alex. And he walks slowly on over towards Alex and like takes off his helmet and watches the rest of the conversation, and he just says, Sorry, I just needed to talk cool there. Don't worry, I won't hit you."
Yeah, I'm aware. You have a pretty good aim.
"Thanks."
The problem is just, yeah, again, we still don't know when or how they'll start moving, so
And we'll definitely attack at
I-
night or use a spell.
most likely, yes. But with the amount of what Will just said, it'll be most likely filled with archers and assassins.
Exactly. So, that teleportation idea, Kitty, good idea. Probably not for undead, because we're having a lot of undead conflicts on Dane.
Yeah, I'd still need that ruby though to do it.
If they are of low enough, I can marshal the undead to my side, should they produce any.
Oh. That's actually going to be very helpful. Do you think that Necromancer could do the same thing?
If they have a necromancer you speak of your level, perhaps he can do the same. Yes.
He might be stronger than I am. I'm not too sure. He seems to be able to raise giants to his will at full strength.
Makes him flinch a little. He goes, "Magic unique to..."
That's why he's going to be at the back lines, so probably target him first. He seems to be able to raise undead quite quickly.
If need be, if he's that dangerous, I will have Vertugal crash into him.
He's most likely going to be protected by the one you got defeated by, so be careful.
I will look forward to the rematch.
Now handle the Necromancer while you do that.
And then it's like, if you're really itching to just diving into them, you might need a protector by your side. I don't think I have any role myself. Talon just begins speaking, and he just says, "And I don't think I'll be good with any sort of air force apart from Cowards. So, where do you want me? In the main body of the troop? Perhaps leading the charge of the Goliaths? Or do you want me part of the secondary strike force?
Well, it depends. What's your specialty? Singling out targets or group attacks?
Yes.
Both?
Smiles.
Maybe
Let's
the
just say, I've had to fend off Fairwind City from an entire bandit stronghold once. And I was just on my lonesome. And nothing hit me.
Bandits, you say? Clarence perks up.
Could really use a talent Fairwind right there, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, you might have to defend Bethany. She
Huh?
could use a defender.
With the main strike force then. With you lots.
Of them, yes. I'll be a Howard.
Ah, right.
Well,
Thanks,
sooner
Papa.
or later, someone's going to stand out. And they're going to respond in kind. Perhaps we want a second stage defense ready and waiting.
Fair enough. We also need to make sure Bethany's far back enough that she can still cast her spells but not be counter-spell.
Neuer just says, I think I'm perfect for that. And so would he. He's fast, isn't he? Says to Arthur. Yeah, I've seen you fight before. I don't mind being the secondary, I guess tertiary at this point. So 2 strike forces, 1 response team.
With the amount of people that we have, at least we can slow them down, right?
Slow them down.
We'll do more than just that, friend. Maya just reassures. The kingdom will be no more when we're done with them. Win or lose.
If we get defeated, they'll at least be extremely injured. Hopefully taking 1 or 2 out of the major ones at least.
So yeah, every year, for now, let's list it down. So party, Bethany, Talon, for the first strike force. Yeah.
Going to... Is Will still with us?
Yeah, he's still there.
Hypothetically speaking, should they be on the losing side of this encounter, how would they attempt to retreat? Good commander always has an escape option.
Teleporting away like last time?
Most likely, or just going back underground.
Teleporting away works for a single person, but
The purple worms can house a few of us. Be reserved for the captains and the house leaders. Will thinks for a bit. And with an apologetic face, he just says, apart from my house and the crazy people that we have, the rest of the Drow would be too proud to retreat.
Sounds good.
They'll bear down on you with full force. So they won't be taking half measures.
So, in
There
a
will be a
sense,
lot
they're
of deaths.
fighting. So, in a sense, they're fighting with no fear of death. In that sense.
By the sounds of it,
Many of the soldiers fear death. And I'm pretty sure many of the commanders themselves.
the issue
But
here
they-
is if we do manage to amputate or decapitate the lead soldiers, you're going to have an entire army that may no longer follow orders.
well, that's a good thing technically.
With no orders to follow, their only way would be forward, he says. Like as a warning.
So there'd be no retreat, not even if we successfully decapitate.
The Night Legion would retreat. Gearden's way too careful. Apart from that, yeah, no.
And
I
they would
don't see any of the other houses retreating.
use the tunnel.
They wouldn't go back to the tunnel. they'd find some other way. Since they know we know about the tunnel, then they probably won't use that anymore.
Would they go back to the same sea?
Most likely not. There are other Drow settlements elsewhere. They'll seek refuge there.
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that the high priority targets have teleport abilities themselves?
The
leaders.
casters probably, yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
we should probably use the ruby, to be fair. But just, you had to select something that's not undead. Oh, Will. That giant spider that the Monarch summons. Do you happen to know what plane it's from?
Shakes his head.
Because if we can find... if we can find
Arcana
out
that?
what it is-
History. Arcana
nah,
history.
you'd have no.
Nothing.
The only person that's able to make an Arcana check of this and just Arcana would be Kitty.
Go ahead, Kitty. I'm pretty sure she's the only spellcaster here that doesn't have buff.
Arcana. Oh.
Guidance?
Can't
That's
guidance
actually not bad for me.
can't guidance thinkies, sadly.
Thank you.
Because they're
14.
thinkies. You can inspiration thinkies though, if you have it.
Hmm.
14? No.
18 with guidance.
No, it doesn't count.
14.
I didn't count. Damn it. Fair.
Doesn't ring a bell.
That's fair.
You can you know of like you know of Planar Ally. You probably know of Gate, where you could probably like get an angel to help you and stuff like that. You don't know of the evil side of things. You don't know what they can.
Yeah, no.
I have a really bad idea. I'm sure you guys will love it.
Oh no.
We don't necessarily need to gate in an Eldritch Abomination. We could
Okay.
resurrect one.
No shot. No
Excuse
way.
me?
Hold on.
Resurrect
wait,
what now?
That's not a bad idea. Wow.
Resurrect what now?
Gaius is going to pull out a jar full of Kraken bits.
Oh.
I don't think I can resurrect that.
And I'm
Not a
pretty
bad
sure
idea.
I can't either.
Actually, let me check. Does resurrection work on that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't think it does.
Doesn't specify human.
Doesn't specify humans, but I'd probably I'll be right back. Someone's calling me.
It'll probably be a bit too big.
Well, I was thinking
Yeah,
fly really high up in the
The
air.
thing is,
and
it
drop it
does
off.
just say a dead creature.
It doesn't.
And I don't even need a full body because it goes body parts.
Exactly.
Oh my
And,
fuck.
and I know for a fact we can take on a Kraken. We've done it already. It has no way to escape. We can drop it
Oh,
onto
this is
them.
interesting.
God,
We'd be
guys.
able.
Resurrection, would you remember?
It would cure the disease, possibly.
It would.
It's affecting it.
And make it stronger. Well,
Is
would
necro- hold on. Is necrosis a magical disease, though?
no, because I was able to cure it with my
You can, actually, you were able to cure it with a lesser restoration. It was just a disease.
I guess it was a good thing I had got it 3 times then.
But the thing is,
You're so
It has-
special, Gerald. Oh my gosh.
it has to be
Oh,
a
by the way,
willing...
guys, I have to go in like 5 minutes.
Okay, but it has to be a willing creature, don't forget.
Yeah, but it might be willing to come back.
To be
See-
jumped on by a bunch of drow, could be killed instantly again.
We don't. It doesn't have to know that before it gets revived. It just gets offered a
No, it
revival.
doesn't. Yeah.
When it gets revived, does the thing remember
Oh,
everything?
by the way,
that
I'd probably allow that to happen, but only with true resurrection. Or
Okay,
something like that.
I only have resurrection.
Okay.
And I only have resurrection as well. I don't get true resurrection till level 9.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Spells.
So if we
Yeah.
have a higher level caster,
Yeah.
And
Just
Kitty,
that's an
I'm
option.
Just get it.
We
But
need
yeah,
your book.
Talon would say we have an Archbishop of Bahamut, but he's sadly a region away.
Well, actually, that's not a problem. We can teleport, can we not?
Indeed,
That's
but I believe no one's been to Mihail Harbor before. correct? And then he looks around. No one.
Hey,
Something I
Wes,
remember now.
Wes, where did you come from, anyways?
I was visiting the druids.
Did you
They said they might send help.
Oh, that's good to know.
Why didn't you answer me?
I'm pretty sure I did answer you. I typed it in chat.
Did he?
Pretty sure he did.
Oh, we can't look up anyways. There's been way too much stuff going on.
You could, but it's a lot of scroll.
But yeah, like Kat, you just had so many messages that day, you probably just forgot.
Yeah.
Kitty is like overworked from all the messages bombarding her head.
Yeah. Good news is, we know for a fact that Huggers can take a lot of damage, because it's been a week, so you can use that stone ability again.
Yeah.
Gaius has been crafting while he's been hiding from you guys.
Oh, we know that.
No.
Like, out of character, we know that.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in there.
Yeah, how long has it been now?
Hey, official a week, because it's been
Oh, wait,
4
exactly
days.
a week,
and 3 more
correct.
days.
Can I,
So,
can I
yeah,
check my pockets and bag for my stone?
Check your pockets and bag. Yeah, your stone is there.
Whoa.
Hey,
Weird, right? Yeah, so weird.
big Huggers go, bro.
Bruh.
You came back, stone. Hey.
What are you gonna call your stone?
Stony.
Kidney.
I knew someone was gonna say it. I knew someone
Kitty and
was
I had
gonna
the
say it.
same idea, Lamau.
Rocky.
His
Rocky
name
was my
is
second one, yeah.
Kidney.
So
Kidney,
first I also
Kidney.
the party, Bethany and Talon. I'm assuming like this is not including the Goliath soldiers, correct?
The Goliath soldiers are on their own thing. They'll be your mass for now.
Yeah.
With the
They'll be you know, you let them know of the meteor swarm, and like Bethany lets them know of the meteor swarm. The chieftain like has them assigned as like troops spread out and stuff. But you get the sense like, see, some of them would still be hit by it. But it's probably, of all the things to open up with like the way Will's been like saying how these house leaders operate, that's probably like the least likely opening gambit. Is an army showing up and meteor swarm as a as an opening gambit.
Well, it might be our opening.
But it definitely would be your opening. Bethany's key.
And let's get a counter spelled again.
Where was this?
Oh yeah. Oh, was that sorry?
Where was the Archbishop? Or the True Resurrection guy?
Oh, Talon just says, Mihail Harbor. He was on a defensive pilgrimage, they call it. He shakes his head as if like not understanding it.
Is that where Huggers has to go, or have I got that mixed up?
Tensing Island.
Chetsing up, okay.
Mihail Harbor. Oh fuck! Not
Who is that?
F11. Shit! No! Control I,
Oh.
Control I. Whoops. I opened up the console and I killed one of my things accidentally. Which
Ooh.
div did I kill?
Who's Nihao Harbor?
Oh, I deleted the cookie. I'm good.
That's a cookie. Wait,
That's
I
pretty
like
important. That's probably important. I don't know which cookie I deleted, but alright.
Oh, cookies.
cookie. What kind of cookie?
Choc
Control-
chip.
Oatmeal raisin.
Nice. Both good up.
Choc chip.
Kidney stone.
No, choc chip.
One's
Kidney
better than
stone
the other.
cookie.
One's better than the other.
Wait, isn't it
Kidney stone
Control
cookie.
Shift I to get rid of that console from the browser, guys?
It's just press F11 again, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, F11 is full screen.
Oh yeah, that.
F12.
F12. Right, thanks. It's been Control Shift I for me for so many times, and then that just screenshotted it for Radeon software apparently. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, F12 brings up the developer mode, and then press it again, it goes away.
Yeah, Control Shift I is normally developer mode for me.
So we're versing all of these special figures. This guy's a necromancer, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
Cool.
that's the Necromancer.
House
Target
Legion is
acquired.
different color for a reason. Yeah, they're it's for you guys to see and act your revenge on.
Target acquired.
Target acquired.
So we've
Oh,
made
boy.
everybody made
So these
sure
are-
everyone knows they've been informed with all the info. And,
Yeah, I'll be writing a Draco Lit show. Wish me luck.
And to train the troops to spread out and whatever different formations, right? They all know that shit.
Yep.
Does any?
Because of
How many
those
shield?
bats as well
Yeah.
too, right?
How many spare shields do we have?
None.
I only have my
You know, if a bag wasn't gone, we would have 16.
True.
Yeah.
Asking for the Goliath warriors. Like they might need shields.
Just a reminder. How many elf allies do we have other than my tribe? Coming soon.
Not much. Like we have powerful people, but we don't have lots of people. I believe.
To be fair, whoever wins the power battle is going to win the army battle, regardless of the army
Yeah.
size.
But
Mhm.
looking at how many power people they have, we need to target them. And I don't think our army is going to be able to beat their army.
No, but our army's job is just to distract their army so they can't overwhelm our power.
Yeah. Actually, hold on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Correct.
5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 powerful people on their side compared to our.
I haven't finished putting them down yet. Sorry.
Oh, that's annoying.
I'm
what
almost
sense?
scared to ask Vi, but is the
Oh, actually-
traditional Pathfinder army strategy of just mass equip wands, is that a thing in 5e?
I mean, they have a rich person for a reason.
I know, that's why I
Ah.
asked. I didn't want to ask because I don't want to give anyone ideas. But
Also, I forgot. There's
well,
6,
I'm ahead of the bell curve on that one. I know.
there are 6 of these guys, aren't there?
There are 6 of these. Yeah, the hierarchy, and then
Oh.
like at the Lysandar at the top, and atop her would be the matron, which he does not know what she looks like.
So let's add 6 more to total. Let's see. 1, 2,
Alright.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll do it
7,
by house size. But the leaders are on the left.
And the strong dude, right?
Yeah, sharpshooters over here.
Spellcaster, strong dudes, and anybody on the right. God.
Giant shield guardians. Anyway, Galman would have the
Bro, God, I hate it.
Drow priests would look like this, and the Drow mages would also look like that.
Degrees.
And then
Hi.
purple worms, and then the Drow captains. But I'll reveal those tokens later. No,
Bye, you're gonna have a real.
Resistant to poison.
Bye, you're gonna have such a fun time with this.
Yeah, I
DM.
know, right?
Yeah, but
Like,
On both
imagine having to like reveal like their trump cards and like, this is the treasure I got from the Kraken, and then they unleash it against you guys.
I know.
that kind of thing is just.
See, I'm hoping they have no radiant damage. I don't think they do. Well, here's hoping.
I mean, you know what the most common casters are for Drow?
Poison.
Divine.
Clerics.
Divine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Good luck with that.
Yep.
Heaps of guiding bolts coming your way, guys.
Well, I'm targeting the
so much
necromancer.
guiding bolts, dude.
Well, I'm targeting the necromancer, so hopefully.
Save, right? Not a AC effect.
You know, like the most like shocking thing to Alex is if like he wraith forms and so does the necromancer.
It'd be like the gift where
Actually-
they're just both slapping each other.
Yeah.
It's like both of us sticking radiance afterwards, trying to do radiant damage.
Yeah. Oh, they're calling. Okay, I have to go now, guys.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
session for now,
bye.
but there you go.
We're gonna
That's all the tokens you
die.
need to look
We're gonna
at.
die.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah.
drows. You know, you can be their slaves. Wink.